Let's go. Let's go. What's up with y'all, man?
What's
I
good,
hear
son?
myself echoing. Turn me down, bro. What's up with y'all, man? Scrapbook. Paul, what's going down?
What's good?
Winston Lee, what's up with it? Chef, what's going down? You don't know shit about boxing. Yeah. Yeah. El
Champion.
Fenici, what's up, bro? Ronald Finkley, Timmy Diamonds, Rod X, what's up with y'all, man? What's going down? Ronald Finkley said, I came, I heard, and I vibed to the beat. Salute. Yeah, what's up, bro?
Just chilling, man. Catch up with
Yeah,
the
we back up in this bitch. We ain't have Marlo up in here on Saturday, you know what I'm saying? So this is first time up in there since his trip to the fight and shit. So how was the fight, bro, when you was out there?
Oh man, that shit was off the chain, bro. I had a ball, man. I was trying to get it live, man, but shit fucked up on me, y'all. Apologize about that too. And I'm about to eat my crow today.
Yeah, we gotta eat our crow today, man. We both picked Robert Easter to beat Mikey Garcia and shit. Obviously we was wrong. You know what I'm saying? We really knew better, but it's all good though. Shit, we was all in, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we gonna eat our crow. But yeah, we wanted to do some shit a little bit different today, man. Step away from the lineage and the trivia and shit. You know what I'm saying? And start excuse me. We still trying to learn and all that. So we wanted to look at some fantasy matchups and shit today. You know what I'm saying? While we learn all at the same time. Kurt Sugar, what's up?
Yo, Trey X, Marlo, peace, 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 everybody, peace, chat. What's good?
What's good? What's good?
Oh, not
Yeah, we
much,
just
man. Just hanging in there, bro.
Rodney in the building. What's good? What's good,
yeah,
man?
Rodney, what's up with you? He said, Marlo, when you gonna wrench me up?
I got you.
Somebody told you to wrench him up last time. Rodney cool, man. He all right.
I got him.
Kurt, what's up though, man?
Oh, man, I'm chilling tonight, bro. You know, I was just sitting back and I was watching some fights earlier, man, and thinking about boxing like I normally do, man. Oh, man, it's been all good today, man. You know, just spend some time with the wife. Life is good, bro.
That's right. Chris Rain in
Okay.
the building. What's happening, fam?
He said, Trace, you know I had to get you back with that Mikey photo. Check out mine. Yeah, I see. He got Robert E stuff there all swole up and shit.
Guard! Guard! Guard!
Yeah, Kurt. We decided to do something a little bit different today, man. We're gonna look at some fantasy matchups and shit. You know what I'm saying? Take a little break from the trivia a little bit and break down some fantasy matchups, get everybody opinion on them. And at the same time, we're gonna put some facts and stuff in there too, so we can still learn. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Talk.
Yeah. So hopefully I can trip you up a little bit today, make some hard decisions for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm down to hear.
Oh yeah. I'll run down a couple of them. I got Refredo Gomez versus Willie Pep. I got Larry Holmes versus Rocky Marciano.
Mm.
Um, I got Salvador Sanchez versus Sandy Sadler.
Whew.
Jack Dempsey versus Mike Tyson. Ezra Charles versus Bob Foster.
Mm.
Gene Tunney versus Joe Frazier.
Mm.
Jack Johnson versus George Foreman. Hank Armstrong versus Roberto Duran.
Whew.
Sam Langford versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Uh, Joe Jeanette versus Evander Holyfield. Joe Lewis versus Muhammad Ali.
Yo,
And then I
Johnson.
wanted to talk.
What's happening, fam?
What's up with it, man? And plus, I wanted to talk about the original Black Murderers Row. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the Black Murderers Row in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s, but we don't never talk about the original with Sam Langford, Joe Jeanette, Sam McVeigh, and Harry Wheels. So we're going to get off into that a little bit today. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes, sir.
And before we jump into it, we going to eat my crow.
Sound delicious, brother. Sound delicious.
See, right now, I got a plate of crow. I pick East 13 Mikey, and it's tasting very good. Very, very good.
Yeah. So
Ready?
what you think about the fight this weekend, Kurt?
Well, I pick Garcia. Trey don't forget nothing. All y'all. So if you had John your best, he gonna call you out. He don't forget Jack when you bet. I pick Garcia by eighth round TKO. You know, Easter fought a little better than I thought. He was putting a jab in Mikey's face. But see, I was studying Mikey, and when you don't, when he holds his position, he's not going to lose. Easter didn't have the strength to take Mikey off his position. So certain fighters, when you give them momentum to come forward, they're even more dangerous. Easter just didn't have the skills. I never believed in Easter because he could have lost to Kami, Richard Kami. Shakarov was a close fight, and I definitely thought he lost to Fortuna. Easter's not a bad fight. I'm just not a big fan of his. I thought Mikey was going to knock him out, even though Mikey won decisively and Easter fought as well as he can fight. But, you know, he just came up short. Mikey is a world-class, very, very good fighter. He doesn't do anything special, but what he does great. He has great timing. He has an underrated jab and hand speed. He has a good left hook to the body. But I got some news for him. If he fight Earl Spence, he's going to get knocked back to Mexico.
I swear business.
Hey,
Shout out to the. Oh, go ahead, bro.
excuse me. Go ahead, shout it out.
No, I was just gonna say shout out to Main Boxing Biker because he did a little post fight video on that shit, and I thought he did a pretty good one. And he was talking about how Easter got away from his identity because you know all of us included, we always say that he need to fight tall and stuff like that. But sometimes you just got to get in there and do what you do and fight your fight. You know what I'm saying? It kind of remind me of the Seattle Seahawks. Get a goddamn ball to Marshawn Lynch and just live with the results. You know what I'm saying? It's smart for him to fight tall, but his whole career he been fighting short and fighting on the inside. So in the biggest fight of his life, he decided to fight a different style that he ain't used to fighting. You know what I'm saying? And I think that hurt him a little
Right.
bit. He could have been knocked out if he would have fought his normal fight, but I also think he would have had a better chance to win. You know what I'm saying? It was a double-edged sword. Kid Mid, what's up? Hidden Treasures, I ain't even see it down there. What's up? Damon P, what's going down?
Kid Mid, peace, bro. Kid Mid, my brother.
I said hidden treasure
Yeah.
building when you try to get
Teddy
in.
Blotter Wood, I think after round 5, Easter should have fought on the inside. I had him tied then. Yeah, that's what Main Boxing Biker was saying. Mark Wonderlick, what's up, bro? Utah in the building.
Mark Wonderlick.
I got Usyk versus Roy Jones, Wilder versus Riddick Bowe. Got Stevenson versus Hopkins. I got David Benavidez versus Nigel Benn. Golovkin versus Galzaki. Charlo versus Spinks. Thurman versus Duran. Prograis versus Casamayor. And Mikey Garcia versus Alexis Aguay.
Okay.
Okay.
Kid me say trades don't remind me of that Seahawks shit. Yeah, I was hurt too, bro. TJ Wilkins, what's up with it, man? What's going down?
Good, TJ Wilkins. The wonderful life.
Wonderful life.
Hey, what's happening, fam?
What's going down with the shit? We might well go ahead and jump up in it. Nasty Rodney say AB versus Pro Gray. That'd be a good little old fight. I think if they could fight at a catch weight like at 144, it'd be a good fight because I think Adrian Broner's too big for 140. I think he'll have trouble making the weight.
Rough
House Boxing,
what's happening, Phil?
aka Tarkin's Box, he said I heard it was going down on the corner, so I had to slide through and kick it with the Run DMC of boxing knowledge. Salute. What's up with you, bro? Yeah, I've been sliding through, hitting like on your videos and shit. I done drop a couple of comments too. Damien P said when it was time for Easter to fight, he didn't do it. Yep. He tried to fight later in the fight, but he got pieced up a little bit too. He caught a couple of 1-2s and that discouraged him. Fanichi said, yeah, Easter fought as good as he could. I think he could have fought a little bit better if he just would have fought his fight instead of trying to, be a master boxer, because that's really not him. He ain't really got the skills for that shit. You know what I'm saying? I think he could have been more competitive if he would have just fought him. Either he would have been more competitive or he would have got stopped. One of the two. But I'd rather go out there and get stopped trying to win instead of playing safe and just surviving. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, going out on your shield.
On your shield. Teddy Blotter Wood said AB versus Progress is a really good fight. I pick Broner. Yeah, I could see that, man, because I'm not the highest on Progress. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he got the best skills in the world. I think he'll get whooped by somebody like Josh Taylor. Moody Trayweather, what's up, man? What's going down?
Man,
Yeah.
I'm eating.
Chris Rainer.
I'm eating it with a beer right now, Chris Rainer. I'm eating my crow with a beer, man.
Yeah, but we might as well go ahead and jump into the little old matchups and shit, man. We got some people up here. We got 22 people up in here and shit. So I'll go ahead and go first, man. Oh yeah. Before I do that, Lala D, what's up with you?
Yeah, what's happening,
La
Sid?
La D.
Hey, before I do that, I want all the people that make content, throw your shout up in the chat, man, to let people know that you're making videos and shit so people can subscribe to you. You know what I'm saying? Like we kind of, coming up a little bit on the subs and shit, so we all trying to come up together. So just go ahead and throw your shout up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? But while you do that, I'm about to go ahead and jump into the first little matchup. My first matchup is Wilfredo Gomez versus Willie Pep. So Wilfredo Gomez, he was 44 and 3 and 1 with 42 knockouts. He had an 88% knockout percentage. And I changed it up a little bit too, y'all. I didn't do as much numbers and shit because I know everybody don't care about that kind of stuff like I do. Excuse me. But Wilfredo Gomez, he was 5'5" with a 66.5 inch reach. He was orthodox. He fought from bantamweight to super featherweight, and he from Puerto Rico. He fought from 1974 to 1989. His nickname was the Bazooka. He won 3 world titles at 3 weight classes. Some regard him as the greatest fighter to ever come out of Puerto Rico. He's known for his devastating power. He beat 32 straight opponents by knockout, and he holds the record for the most consecutive title defenses to end by knockout with 17. He had wars with Mexican legends Carlos Zarate, Salvador Sanchez, and Lupe Pintor. Wilfredo Gomez versus Carlos Zarate holds the record for the highest combined knockout percentage of any two fighters to step into the ring. Zarate was 55 and 0 with 54 knockouts, and Gomez was 32 0 and 1 with 32 knockouts. He won his first belt from Don Kyun Yum, who was 52 and 6 by knockout in 1977. So I got him going up against Willie Pep.
Little
Willie
95.
Pep was,
What's happening, fam?
yeah, what's up, man? Appreciate that intro that you did for us too, man. That shit was fire.
Real
For
talk.
real. So, all right, he going up against Willie Pep. Willie Pep was 229, 11 and 1 with a 65 knockouts for a 27% win percentage. I mean, knockout percentage. He 5'5" with a 68.5 inch reach. He was orthodox and he only fought at featherweight. He fought from 1940 to 1966, had a 26-year career. Nickname was Will of the Wisp. Won the featherweight title twice. Won his first 62 professional fights. Fought Sugar Ray Robinson as an amateur. Won Fighter of the Year in 1945 and is rumored to have won a round without throwing a punch. He had wins over Sal Bartolo, Jackie Wilson, Willie Joyce, and Patty DeMarco. He was he had battles with Sandy Sadler, and he was 1-3 against Sandy Sadler. That's like his biggest blemish on his record, I suppose. But hey, stylistic matchups do exist. You know what I'm saying? So who would y'all take out of Wilfredo Gomez versus Willie Pep? And we'll start with you, Kurt Sugar.
I know both fighters very well. I studied both fighters very well. Wilfredo Gomez was one of my favorites. Wilfredo Gomez was a different animal coming out of Puerto Rico. You know, I seen him. I used to go to the closed circuit movie theaters before they had cable. You know, when he fought Zarate, he fought Azuma Nelson. Unfortunately, he got knocked out. He fought my guy, Rocky Lockridge, from my hometown. Wilfredo Gomez, and a surprising eighth round knockout over Willie Pep because Willie Pep defense was overrated. He was knocked out multiple times by Sandy Sadler. Wilfredo Gomez had dynamite in his left hand and his
I mean,
right
hold on,
hand.
I'm gonna have to stop you real quick. I gotta disagree with that. You can't knock a man whole defense in his career because he got knocked out by one opponent. There are stylistic matchups. Some people are just a bad matchup for you. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know
Like
what
I
you
can't. Yeah,
But
I can't knock Shane Mosley because he kept on losing to Vernon Forrest as an amateur, as a pro. He just had a bad stylistic matchup for him. I can't knock Muhammad Ali because he had a bad matchup against Ken Norton. You know what I'm saying? I mean, styles make fights. You know what I'm saying? So he pretty much dominated everybody except for Sandy Sadler. That's pretty
yeah,
much what
but
happened.
I disagree because they said this man was the best defensive fighter ever. I used to argue with people saying he was better than Purnell and better than Floyd. You know, even though it's that one man, it still happened. I have to take Roberto Gomez by eighth round TKO.
Yeah, but you gotta understand too. This man had 241 fights.
I know that.
A lot of the better people that you feel like were better defensively, if they had 241 fights, we don't know what would have happened. You could have took Mayweather and let Mayweather have 241 fights. He might not be undefeated. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
can't
but
just knock the man. I can't knock his defense because he had one stylistic matchup. Because look at Sandy Sadler. It was a reason why I went and put him in this shit. I put him up against Salvador Sanchez. Because look at him. He was 5'8" with a 70-inch reach. The man was tall, had long arms, and had power. He was one of the hardest punchers in history. I can't knock this man for losing to a Hall of Famer, one of the top punchers in all of the history of boxing. Sandy Sadler, he would have whooped a lot of dudes. You know what I'm saying? So I
yeah,
can't just knock his defense just because of that one matchup.
I'm not knocking his defense, Trey. But when they say this man, you know, was the greatest defensive fighter ever, or they put him in the top, you know, even though he had all those fights, that's how they fought back in the day. But still, you know, I thought he was a little overrated defensively. They say he won a round, or sports writers say he won a round without throwing a punch. But if you put him in the ring with Rafael Gomez would knock that man out. Eight
Well, I
rounds.
mean, it's all subjective, so that's your opinion. But people, you can't knock him for saying that people thought that he was the greatest defensive fighter, because that's their opinion. Just like this is your opinion right here on who you think gonna win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But let me see what the people in the chat say. Lala D said she got gold, man. Hold on, let me look back. Darnell Kirkland, what's up with it, man? He said he got Willie Pep. And then Timmy Diamond said, I have to go with Willie Pep. Only 11 losses out of 229 fights. Well, he had 241 fights, 11 losses, and one draw. So he 11 out of 241. Darnell Kirkland said he got Pep. Shep said he got Wilfredo Gomez. El Fenici said he got Pep. Kid Mid said he just chilling. Scrapbook said great body on Willie Pep. Appreciate you. Gaines PP said Azuma Nelson versus Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. Hey, I put that down off for another time. You know what I'm saying? We gonna stick with the ones that we got for right now. You can save it for later on. We ain't gonna have no numbers or nothing for it though. But we still trying to learn though. That's the purpose of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Damon P said Pelt with his slick ass. Timmy Diamond said, Kurt, how do you explain Wilfredo's loss to Alfredo Lane?
Well, that wasn't in his prime. You know, his prime when he lost to Salvador Sanchez and when he lost to Rocky Lockridge. Listen, I've seen Roberto Gomez at least 25 times. Roberto Gomez may have been the best fighter ever to come out of Puerto Rico. The man was a monster. His fight with Lupe Pintor was an all-time great. That's a great fight. That was on the undercard of Hearns and Benitez. That's just my opinion. He was one of the most devastating punchers I ever seen. And you know, him in his fight with Salvador Sanchez, that was called Battle of the Little Giants. That was for a reason. Both of them was great fighters. I just like Gomez over Pep. I think Gomez will keep coming. Gomez was vicious. He had a lot of dog in him. He and a vicious dog. He used to hit you with elbows and all kinds of stuff and talk to you when you're going down and you know talk stuff about your mother. He was nasty. So I like Roberto Gomez by TKO.
Well, this is good dialogue. This was really the purpose of us doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? I tried to make some good matchups, so hopefully some people will say one person and some people will say the other person. You know what I mean? Lil
Yep.
95 said 241 in a time where breathing on a white man could get you killed. Numbers may be miscued in his humble opinion. Okay. So you think Willie Pep might have had the advantage of being white in that time? You know what? It's kind of I feel where you coming from on that. But looking back in boxing history, like it was so many white fighters that avoided black fighters that I can't really just shit on the ones that did fight black fighters. You know what I'm saying? I mean, goddamn, there was some good black fighters out there, and there was some motherfuckers that went out there and fought them. You know what I mean? So they might have had an advantage or whatever, but some people didn't even want to step into the ring with them at all. So I got to give them some props for fighting the motherfucker like Sandy Saddler 4 times. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Timmy Dom said Wilfredo lost to an opponent that was 13-5 and inexperienced. Marcus Johnson say, "What's up, chat and panel? What's up with you, main boxing biker? I just told people to go watch your post fight video for Mikey Garcia and Robert Easter. Um, all right, Games PP say Pep by unanimous decision. Roughhouse say he got a Gomez. Winston Lee say he got Gomez. The Wonderful Life of Bob J said he got Gomez. Mr. Doc, what's up with you? He said fascinating stuff. Appreciate it. Ali Dago, what's happening? Yeah, what's going down? Uh, okay, let me see. Lala D said I like when two experts disagree. Who the two experts? No, I ain't no expert. Man, Boxing Biker said never saw either fight, but I heard Pep was a beast. Okay, Ali Dago said Gomez is the biggest puncher in Puerto Rican history. That's what I was reading. You know what I'm saying? We going oh my bad, Marlo. Who you got, Marlo, out of Fredo Gomez and Willie Pep?
I'm gonna take Willie
I
Pep.
thought you was over there trying to share the video and stuff.
Yeah, I'm already done with that. I'm doing something else, but I got Willie Pep. I ain't never seen either one of them fight before my research and all that about both of them. I take Willie Pep. I think he's
Oh,
skilled.
okay. Mr. Doc said Gomez was a sick puncher for his size for sure. Battle of the Little Giants is an all-time classic. You could barely hear the commentary, which included Larry Holmes.
Yep.
Okay. Games PP said I prefer defensive fighters over offensive fighters. Okay, Lil 95 said, now I have my crow of Easter with some sweet bay rays, please. David P. Okay, Made by some biker said, fuck, I deleted it because I didn't know if I should have revealed my face due to what I do for a living, and it's with the public. Oh, it was a fire ass video though. Shit, I ain't gonna lie, man. A lot of my post fight opinions came from Main Boxing Biker in that video. I went and listened to his video and I adopted some of his opinions for my own. So shout out to Main Boxing Biker, man, for real. That was a good video. Lala D said, I think Gomez painting is in Danny Garcia's gym too. Might be from Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? Main Boxing Biker said, I literally deleted it less than 5 minutes ago, but I still have it. Maybe I'll re-upload it. Okay. Oh, you want to go next, Marlo? You ready? Or you want me to do another one?
Yeah, do another.
Okay. So the next one I got y'all is the great Larry Holmes versus Rocky Marciano. So Larry Holmes, he was 69-6. And I didn't want to go too far, y'all. So I just tried to just give you a couple of facts and just throw in a little something. So Larry Holmes, he was 69-6 with 44 knockouts for a 59% knockout percentage. Arjun Kanapathy, what's up with you, man?
What's
What's
good?
going down?
Good, fam.
So look, so Larry Holmes, he was 6'3", had an 81-inch reach. That's long for a reach, you know what I'm saying? Orthodox. He fought at heavyweight, and he fought from 1973 to 2002. His nickname was the Eastern Assassin. He was the WBC and the IBF heavyweight champion. Won his first 48 fights. Made 20 successful title defenses, which is third behind Joe Louis and Vladimir Klitschko. Joe Louis had 25 and Klitschko had 22, and Larry Holmes had 20. He is the face of the left jab. He has wins over Ernie Shavers, Ken Norton, Trevor Burbick, Jerry Cooney, Ray Mercer, and more. You know what I'm saying? So I got him going up against Mike Biggs boxing. What's up, bro? Haplotype.
Mike
What's going
Biggs,
down,
peace.
man? Y'all done slid up in there. All right, so look. So I got Larry Holmes going up against Rocky Marciano, who was 49-0, 43 knockouts. That's an 88% knockout percentage. He was 5'10 and a half, had a 68-inch reach. So he giving up 13 inches in reach to Larry Holmes. He was orthodox. He was heavyweight. He fought from 1947 to 1955. Nickname was the Brockton Blockbuster. He won the heavyweight title, and he is the only heavyweight champion to retire undefeated. He made 6 title defenses and had wins over Jersey Joe Walcott, Ezra Charles, Archie Moore, among others. So we're gonna start with you, Kurt Sugar. Who you take over the great Larry Holmes versus Rocky Marciano?
I like Rocky Marciano, man. He was very gutsy, very determined. He was a tough SOB, but that's a terrible style of matchup. You know, fighting Larry Holmes, man, with a 13-inch reach advantage. Larry Holmes, best left jab in heavyweight history. Larry Holmes uses the jab. He moves just enough. He will bust Rocky Marciano up. The referee will stop the fight. 157 of the ninth round.
157 of the night round. Who you
Yes,
got?
sir.
You and the Rammer. What's up? Who you got? Marlo.
Who was the matchup again, bro?
It's Larry Holmes versus Rocky Marciano.
I think Larry Holmes would kill Rocky Marciano. I got Larry Holmes.
Shamzillas, what's up, bro?
Shamzilla, peace.
Mr. Doc in the building. What's happening, fam?
Yeah, he been up in there. He been in here. You might well throw him a wrench.
Low tight.
Uh,
I wouldn't. Uncle.
Apple Type say he got Marciano. Mark Wonderlick say he plead the fifth. Audrey Canapoli said, imagine getting in the ring with Ernie Shavers. I would get hit by him. You might go back to your past life. Yeah. Mr. Doc said Rock could barely beat Ezra Charles, and he started at like 160. Yep, about 160. Sam Zilla said Rocky was on that bull juice Holmes all day though. Okay. Chris Rayner said he got Larry Holmes. Moody Trayweather said I salute boxers. I've been training at Maple Ave boxing them in Dallas only for a month now. That shit whooping my ass. Hey, stay with it, bro. That shit fun, man. I miss being in the gym and shit every day. Hold on. Scrapbook said Rocky Marciano over Larry Holmes. Wow, okay. I mean, I tried to come with like a contrast in style. You got like the aggressive power puncher against the graceful boxer. You know what I'm saying? So I tried to come with that contrast. Rough Ass say Holmes by Kamehameha, huh? Marshall Simmons, what's up, man? He said, word up, Trex and Marlo and Big Kurt Sugar in chat. Woke up for
Peace.
boxing trivia. My brain might work by the last question.
Shamzilla, what's good, fam?
All right, Moody Trayweather say he got Holmes. Ali Dago said Holmes stops Marciano in 3. Timmy Diamond said I think Holmes versus Marciano would look like Marvis Frazier fight. The Marvis Frazier fight? Oh, Holmes and Marvis Frazier. Darnell Kirkland said he got Holmes. Main Boston Biker said just took my first major YouTube L. The vid was live, so it's gone for good now. That's fucked up. Why you erase that shit? You doing too much over there, boy. Uniram said Larry jab is too much for Rocco. Happy to said Marciano beat the mongoose. He did, but he wasn't a true heavyweight though. He really a light heavyweight. Happy to said better than Holmes. Napoleon, what's up with you? He said salute. Darnell Kirkland said Larry was still fighting in 2002. Hey, that's what they said on BoxRec, my brother. Shamzilla, what's up? Mr. Doc said, okay, Happy to Marciano beat Charles. He's better than Holmes. Well, Ezra Charles was still like a smaller guy too. He started at 160. You know what I'm saying? Larry Holmes is a real heavyweight, man. Napoleon said Holmes jab will pop Marciano up, no contest. And then Main Boxing Biker said, how about Mikey Garcia versus Diego El Chico Corrales? We'll do that on another time, man. We tried to put some numbers and put some facts and shit with this stuff so we can learn, because we still gonna do our trivia. It was just a lot of people saying that the trivia was too intimidating. So we just said, fuck it, we'll give y'all some facts and give y'all some information first in the form of fantasy matchups, and then we'll do the trivia on another time. And plus that'll help us learn too, because that's more repetition. You know what I'm saying? But that's really the whole point of all this shit. We don't be trying to make people feel stupid or nothing like that. It's about, learning. All right, you ready? You want me to go again?
I'll go. I ain't got all the background numbers like you because they current though. But I got Alexander Usyk. He's 31 years old from Ukraine. He a southpaw. He had 117 rounds, 15 fights, 73% KO. He's 6'3" with a 78-inch reach. He's an undisputed champion. He's currently won the WBSS against Roy Jones Jr. 66-9. 47 KOs, 49 years old. He's an orthodox fighter, 495 rounds, 75 fights, 63% KO, 5'11", 74-inch reach. Roy Jones had the WBC super middleweight champ, WBO, IBO, and IBA light heavyweight champion, cruiserweight champion. Who y'all got from out of Roy Jones versus Usyk, Alexander Usyk?
Man, I like Roy all day, all night. Too athletic, man. Too good, too special, too everything for Usyk. This man went for 154, 160, all the way up, and beat a heavyweight. That Roy Jones. Roy Jones easy over Usyk. Usyk, wouldn't land a punch on Roy. He slaps, he moves, but Roy was just special. Roy was one of a kind fighter. So I like Roy by wide, unanimous decision.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm gonna have to go with Roy Jones by wide unanimous decision right behind you, man. He was too goddamn fast. He had power too. You wasn't just gonna run up on him with that bullshit. He wasn't a stationary target. He had good legs. He was just a great fighter, man. He was just a better fighter, more athletic. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to go with Roy Jones too for sure. Let me look and see what y'all talking about in the chat. I'm gonna scroll up some real quick.
I got Roy
Um,
Yo in the building. What's happening, fam? Xavier, what's good, fam?
what's up with y'all, man? DJ Yo, Xavier. Oh, let me look back. All right, Mr. Doc said Ezra was more skilled than Holmes, perhaps, but he was not a better heavyweight than Holmes. Yeah, I agree with you. He wasn't even a true heavyweight. Shamzilla said Rocky only had 6 title defenses. Yeah, you heard right. Half of the time Holmes could not beat Marciano. Ali could. Okay. Rough. Hold on, let me scroll down. All right, Xavier. Marciano only fought 3 good fighters during his reign, and they were all old. And DJ Yo saying, "What's up, Rod?" They said, "Who in the hell is scared of the trivia?" A lot of people been saying that, bro. They say they like the channel, but the trivia is too intimidating. Y'all be whipping their ass all over the jungle town, man. They tired of taking them ass whooping. Yeah, Felicia said, "Shit, that trivia be having me shook." Look at her. Trivia got y'all niggas shook, man. Kid B talking about Mills Lane versus the Refuge interview. Hey, man, shout out to Jack Reese, man. He was cool as hell.
Yeah, y'all heard him. Shout out to Cooler. I was up in there for y'all.
Yeah.
Like, man, I was trying to get all I could.
Okay, let me see. All right, Dame, hold on. Damon P said, I got to go with Roy Jones. El Finici said Roy Jones. DJ Yo, Roy Jones. Napoleon talking about Lawrence Williams intimidating people. Yeah. DB03 said he got Roy. Main Boston Bike said, stop. I ain't going to do no more talking than my Birdman voice. That boy Roy would destroy Pillow Fisted Usyk. I'm with you. Napoleon said he got Roy. Lil 95 said Usyk can't bust a great. And Chris Rainer said, what about post Tarver Roy Jones? I don't even know what he mean. Hold on. I done lost my damn place. Mr. Doc said, Roy, Usyk not enough of a puncher to explore Roy's suspect chin. And the wonderful life of Bob J said he got Usyk. Chef said he got Roy. Shamzilla said Roy was spark Usyk. And Ollie Dago said Roy smashes Usyk. I can see it. Kid Miss said Usyk weak as fuck. His punch is pillow soft, yo. Kid Mid. James PP said Roy Jones by unanimous decision. Usyk volume punching is overrated. Napoleon Armstrong said Holmes was damn near unbeatable in his prime. Hey, Kurt Sugar feel like he is one of the most underrated fighters of all time.
Yes,
Boston Clinic, CJ, what's up with it, man? He said Roy easy work.
CJ, big fella.
Yeah. Man, Boston Biker said, I turned into a Google master because of y'all trivia, but I'm learning more about my favorite sport. Hey, that's the point, bro, man. I'm on a whole nother level. Before I started this shit, and right now, it's like night and day, bro. Darnell Kirkland said Roy would catch him stepping over. Roy threw a lot of hooks. And then Uniram said he got Roy Jones. Roughhouse said that trivia be having me feeling real short bus, my nigga. That's what I was talking about. That's why we said, man, we still trying to learn, so we gonna give y'all a little something like this, and then we'll do the trivia on another time for that repetition and that recall, so we can lock that shit in. You know what I'm saying? Scrapbook said he got Roy Jones. Teddy Bradley Wood said Roy Jones by really close decision. Usyk, he'd have trouble with Usyk jab. Okay. Marshall Simmons said, quick Trey, ask some questions. Lawrence Williams is sleeping. Ronald Finkley is on the job. El Fenici said, yeah, all right. Chris Rainer said, post Antonio Tarver. Could that Roy Jones beat Usyk? I'm taking Usyk after that, after he lost to Tarver, because I think Usyk is kind of comparable to Joe Calzaghe. And Roy couldn't beat Calzaghe at that stage in his career, so I don't think he could beat Usyk either. And Usyk is bigger than Calzaghe, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
P Money, what's up, boy? He said Roy Jones, easy work over Usyk. Lala D said, can you ask Kurt why Sonny Liston's age was a mystery?
Nobody just didn't know how old he was. He kept it, he always kept it a mystery. But Sonny Liston was a great fighter. People only know him from the Ali fights, but Sonny Liston had a telephone of a left jab.
Hey, he started boxing,
Yeah.
didn't he? He got out of prison and started boxing. He learned in prison, I believe.
Yeah, he did. As a matter of fact, he won a championship in prison. They had one of the chaplains fought to get him released from prison because of that shit so he could box. Bay Boy 75 Sports TV, what's up with it, man? Throw my man a ranch. He said great knowledge being spread. Thank you, brothers. Already. Rough out saying Roy, and Roy already. And man by somebody said Usyk got polymarginality problems with who can't break an egg with their hardest punch. Okay. I'm gonna jump on the next one, y'all. So the next one I got is Salvador Sanchez versus Sandy Sadler. Salvador Sanchez was 44, 1-1 with 32 knockouts for a 70% knockout percentage. He was 5'6", had a 68-inch reach. He was orthodox, and he fought from flyweight to featherweight. He fought from 1975 to 1982, and he was from Mexico. He won the WBC featherweight title from Danny Lopez in 1980. He tragically died in a car crash in 1982. His nicknames were the Invincible Eagle, the Champ, and Chava. He had wins over Danny Little Red Lopez twice, Ruben Castillo, Juan Laporte, Wilfredo Gomez, and Azuma Nelson. And a lot of people felt like he was on track to be the greatest featherweight of all time, looking at his resume. So I got him going up against Sandy Sadler. Sandy Sadler was 145, 16-2 with 104 knockouts. He had a 64% knockout percentage. He was 5'8", had a 70-inch reach. He was orthodox, and he fought at featherweight. He fought from 1944 to 1956. He's from Boston, Massachusetts. They didn't have a nickname listed on BoxRec, but I might could have looked somewhere else and they could have found one. He won the featherweight title twice and the super featherweight title once. He is pound for pound one of the hardest punchers in history. He beat Willie Pep 3-1 in a 4-fight series. He was only stopped once in his 163 fights by Jackie Frazier. He is the uncle of Grandmaster Flash. He had wins over Willie Pep, Jimmy Carter, not the president either, and Gabriel Flash Elorde. So we're going to start with you, Kurt Sugar. Who would you take out of Salvador Sanchez versus Sandy Sadler at featherweight?
Wow, this is a very, very intriguing matchup. I studied both fighters. Sandy Sadler was a very, very good puncher. So was Sanchez. But the difference between the two was Salvador Sanchez's counterpuncher. Sanchez and Holyfield was 1 and 2 when it comes to counterpuncher in boxing history. Sanchez had long arms. He will beat Sadler, but he will go down maybe once or twice, and he will win a unanimous decision. It will be close, but I have to go with Sanchez because of the counterpunching ability.
Gaines, peace.
Who you got, Marlo?
I'm gonna have to roll with Kurt on the Sanchez over Sadler. Only, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm gonna have to roll with Kurt, with the genius Kurt and his knowledge of boxing.
I'm gonna go with Salvador Sanchez because I feel like his schedule was better. I think he got some better wins with like Wilfredo Gomez and Azuma Nelson. I think those are better wins combined than the 3 wins that Sandy Sadler had over Willie Pep. You know what I'm saying? But like Kurt said, man, they got some tape on these guys a little bit, so you can go see what kind of power and stuff they had, man. Both of them were knocking people in the next week. It'll be a good fight and it won't go the distance, I don't think. How many rounds you say that'll go, Kurt?
I say unanimous decision, but I can see it not going the distance. But I'm just going to say off the top of my head, Sanchez by unanimous decision. Maybe he goes down once or twice because Sandler was a devastating puncher. But Sanchez, I give him an edge because of his counter punching ability.
Okay, okay. Let me see what they talking about in the chat. I'm gonna go back, y'all, because I don't be liking to miss y'all comments. I don't want y'all to think I'm ignoring
For the
y'all, so I'm gonna
record,
go real fast. Oh, go ahead, Kurt.
real quick, Sanchez broke Gomez's jaw in the first round when they fought.
Okay, okay. Arjun Ganapathy said Usyk pivots of his lead leg to the right all the time. He's very predictable. All steps in with a jab. A guy like Tyson Fury would smash him. Look silly. Prime Roy still tough fight. Okay, Lala Disa tried to look up his birthday. He said unknown. Hey, they say that shit about a lot of fighters, man. Like goddamn the old mongoose, man. Fuck, they be saying that about him too. Um, Haplotype said Liston was a great champ, but slow, had a great jab. La D said she got Sanchez. Mr. Dot said the American prison boxing program used to be very good and produced some good fighters like Ron Lawler and Sonny Liston already. Timmy Diamond said he got Salvador Sanchez. Baby Boy 75 Sports TV said right on, fam, already. Kid Miss said great knowledge. Didn't know Liston was in prison. Yeah, he fought his way out of prison too, bro. Really an amazing story if you think about it. Napoleon Armstrong said Sanchez one of the hardest little guys ever. Both of them are ranked in the top, I think top 100, at least the top 50 maybe for the hardest punches of all time on their little
That's
survey or
true.
whatever. Kid Mid say Sadler all day. Main Boston Biker said he gonna plead the fifth. El Fenici said he got Sadler. Damon P said for sure Sadler. Ruffhouse say Sadler. Games PP Sadler by 13 round TKO. God damn, they got respect for old Sadly Sadler. Mr. Dot said, oh yeah, the boxing program had the best impact on recidivism out of all the programs offered at the time, and it irritates me that they dismantled it. I don't even know what recidivism mean. Do that mean that they revisit prison or something? Napoleon said, yeah, Kurt Sugar. Then Mr. Dawson Sanchez versus Sadler. Damn, I'm on the fence. I see a split draw over 15, but you got to pick somebody though. Winston Lee said he got Sanchez. Mr. Dawson Sadler was a beast. He be trouble in any era. I agree. Ebenezer said Kurt make me want to change my pick. He can make a cow eat beef.
Thanks a lot,
Yeah.
bro.
Lala D said Trey's ass Curtis five best counter punches active now. We on these fantasy matchups right now, Lala. Y'all save that for later on. Save that for the ass Kurt Sugar because we still got that. You know what I'm saying? Man, by somebody said they don't know Rigo or King Kong age. Yep. Scrapbook say salad all day. The Unirama Archie Moore is the old mongoose. Yeah, they don't know how old he is either. You know what I'm saying? All right, you want to go next, Marlo?
All right, next up I got Wilder versus Riddick Bowe. Deontay Wilder, 40-0, 39 KOs, 32 years old. Bronze bomber. The orthodox fighter with 123 rounds out of 40 fights. 98% KO. He's 6'7" with an 83-inch reach. WBC champ. I know everybody know that one. Riddick Bowe, 43-1, 33 KOs. 50 years old right now. Yeah, orthodox fighter, 195 rounds and 44 fights. 73% KO. He's 6'5" with an 81-inch. He was a WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO, and undisputed in 92. Who y'all got? Wilder or Riddick Bowe?
You start with Kurt Sugar.
Yes, sir. Here I come right now. I like Riddick Bowe because Riddick Bowe was a very underrated inside fighter. To be 6'5", he had a sneaky uppercut. He had a beautiful jab, what he called the kiss, and the right hand. Riddick Bowe was a well-schooled fighter. I'm talking about not after the Holyfield trilogy, before, in his prime. He had too many tools for Wilder. Wilder does a lot of things wrong, but he can get away with it because he has that one-hitter quitter. But Bowe had a nice left hook. He threw short left hooks. I like Bowe. Too many tools for Wilder. Bowe knocks Wilder out in 9 rounds.
I'm taking Wilder because I know he got more heart than Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe threw his belt in the trash to not fight another man. Deontay Wilder doesn't fight for himself. He fights for his daughter with spinal bifida. He a stand-up dude. For me personally, he comparable to Jack Johnson and Muhammad Ali for me. So I'm taking a person that stand for something, and I'm taking a dude with the heart. I'm taking Deontay Wilder, and plus, at the end of the day, he ain't got to do nothing but touch Riddick Bowe one time, and we already know what that's gonna do because he got that type of power. So I'm riding with the heart all day.
I'm riding with Wilder, man. I think Wilder was sleepy. If it go the distance, it'll go both. But I think Wilder gonna put him to sleep. I'm riding with Wilder. Who y'all got, Chad?
You see, D Beard 03 said he got Bowe. La La D said she got Wilder. Moody Trayweather said he got Bowe. Nasty Roddy said 1992 Bowe will win by decision. Chef said he got Big Daddy. Wonderful Life of Bob J said Sanchez was very slick. Napoleon Armstrong said Bowe boxing IQ too much. El Vinici said Wilder because Bowe threw his belt in the trash. Look at it. Barry Boxer Biker said Wilder due to one punch knockout. Height, stamina, and heart to not throw his belt in the trash to duck competition. Damon P said, I'm thinking Bo might get him. And I promise I didn't even see y'all comments, y'all, before I said that. Kid Mill said Wilder all day. TJ Wilkins, Bo in his prime. Wonderful Life of Bob J got Wilder. Mr. Doc, Riddick Bowe gives Wilder a boxing lesson and beats him on the inside. Bo was a remarkable inside fighter for his size. Then Mike Biggs, he said he got Wilder. Scrapbook say Sugar Bear Riddick Bowe all day. Rod X say he got Bowe. Chris Rayner got Wilder. The Wonderful Life of Bob J said he will break Bowe wheel. Mr. Doc say Bowe by unanimous decision or stop it somewhere in the last 3 rounds. Then Rod X say Bowe was trained by Eddie Futch. Napoleon Armstrong said a big guy that can box is a problem.
Brooklyn,
Mr. Doc said also
what's good, fam?
Also Bowe had Eddie Futch. Futch not letting Bowe get beat by Wilder's right hand. And main box and biker said, "Damn, I promise you, Trey. I typed that before you said your answer." Yeah, I didn't even see it, but we both did it spontaneously. You know what I'm saying? Kid Min said Wilder would knock Riddick Bowe fucking head off. Wonderful Life of Bob J said Bowe got hit a lot versus Galata. Hey, that's a telling fight. Even though Wilder doesn't really have a Galata style, but Bowe had a lot of problems with Galata. El Fenici said, "Yeah, Trey, give me Wilder for the heart." Gaines PP said Wilder by 10th round knockout. Bowe would have false confidence by outboxing him and will get caught. Winston Lee said Wilder. I saw Bowe cry in the USMC. What is that? U.S. Marine Corps boot camp lasted 2 weeks. And Rough Out Boxer TV. He said I think Wilder keeps Bowe at the end of that jab, and he has better footwork, so he can stay away from him and drop that bomb squad on that boy. Brooklyn Child. He said bomb squad. And he said, "What's up?" Teddy Blyther Timmy Diamond said, "Bowe, easy work." And Teddy Blyther said, "Bowe threw his belt in the trash, and I still take him over most heavyweights after the 1980s." And Napoleon said, "Bowe jab, get him inside, and it's a wrap." Unirama said, "Bomb squad." Main Boxer Biker said, "Sugar Bear and Big Daddy are names I can't bet on." Hey, he only lost one fight, though. Teddy Blyther said, "By the way, how many times did Bowe hit the ground in the pros?" I have no idea, but I know he lost one fight though.
Wait a minute, he was down multiple times against Galata, and I'm gonna come to Bowe defense real quick. Bowe was a hell of a heavyweight when he fought Holyfield. Holyfield was in his prime, and Holyfield was also a great fighter, and he beat Holyfield. The second time, Bowe was gonna get knocked out. But the fan man saved Bowe. If everybody can remember, the third fight, he put Bowe down, and Bowe got off the deck, and then he got hurt again, and he knocked Holyfield out. Something happened after the Holyfield trilogy. I think he got too comfortable. This man had a refrigerator in his bedroom. I tell you, no lie, and he was never the same.
Okay, I'm gonna read the last little comments, and I'm gonna go to the next one. Kid Miss said people don't understand Wilder strong as fucking both hands. Mr. Doc said Wilder might have more raw foot speed than Bowe's, but Bowe's feet were much better educated in his opinion. And Napoleon said that Wilder had a quicker tempo, he win. All right, my next one I did y'all was Jack Dempsey versus Mike Tyson. So Jack Dempsey, he was 54-6-9. Well, that's on BoxRec. Some places you might see 61-6-9. But according to BoxRec, 54-6-9, 44 knockouts for a 64% knockout percentage. He was 6'1", had a 77-inch reach. He was orthodox. He fought at heavyweight, fought from 1914 to 1927. He from Salt Lake City, Utah. Shout out to my boy Mark Wonderlick out of Utah. His nickname was the Manasseh Mauler, and it was in his other nickname was Kid Blackie. I wonder how the fuck he get that name, Kid Blackie. But he won the heavyweight title from Jess Willard in 1919. He won the NBA title from Georges Carpentier in 1921. What's the NBA title, Kurt?
National Boxing Association. It started in 1921 and then turned into the WBA later on.
Turned into the WBA. He held the heavyweight title for 7 years. His last fight was a long count versus Tunney in a rematch. He gave one of the most vicious beatings in boxing history versus Jess Willard, and one of the greatest punchers ever, and he had an aggressive and swarming style. I got him going up against Mike Tyson. He was 50-6 with 44 knockouts. Both of them had 44 knockouts. He had a 76% knockout percentage. He was 5'10", had a 71-inch reach. He was orthodox. He fought at heavyweight. Fought from 1985 to 2005. He from Brooklyn, New York. Nickname was Iron. Won the Undisputed Championship, the IBF and the WBC and WBA 2 times apiece. He had incredible power and was very intimidating. The youngest man ever to win the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship at 20 years old. He had wins over Michael Spinks, Tony Tucker, Razor Ruddock, Larry Holmes, Trevor Burbick, and others. So who would y'all take out of Jack Dempsey versus Iron Mike Tyson? We're going to start with you, Kurt Sugar.
Mike Tyson would beat the brakes off Jack Dempsey in 4 rounds, and I'm going to tell you why. Jack Dempsey was a terrific offensive fighter. His style will play into Mike Tyson's hands. He came down the middle. He came right to you, throwing wide punches. And people forget the speed of Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson moved his head. The Mike Tyson from 85 to 88 would have given any heavyweight problems outside of Muhammad Ali. He will beat the brakes of Jack Dempsey. He will knock him out viciously in 4 rounds.
I'm going to tell you the reason why I made this matchup. Now, the reason I made this matchup was Tyson was the type of person that he liked to intimidate his opponents, but if he could not intimidate you, he had a problem. Who is the fighter that Tyson looked up to the most? Jack Dempsey, right?
Jack Dempsey.
Jack Dempsey. When he was over there after Lou Alvarez, who he say he was? I'm Jack Dempsey. So coming into this fight, Tyson will be going to fight somebody that he look up to. He won't be looking at him as a lamb. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that could play a part in this fight, because Tyson would not go in there feeling like a lion in a cage. He would be going in there feeling like he's fighting another lion. And anytime Tyson went up against somebody that fought back, what happened, Kurt?
He lost. But let me say this, though. The fighters that gave Mike Tyson problems are big athletic type fighters like Tony Tucker and James Buster Douglas. Them 2 dudes can fight, but they just didn't love boxing. But Dempsey was 6 feet 6'1" and stuff. Tyson would beat him. Tyson would knock him out. Trust me.
All right, what you think, Marlo?
I'm gonna go with Dempsey, man. I like Dempsey, and I like Dempsey, man. I like Dempsey's skill, and I think he'll frustrate Tyson.
I think I think I might have to. This gonna sound crazy, y'all, man. But the reason that I brought this shit up so we can have some dialogue and talk about it. But like I said, man, I don't trust Tyson going into this fight. He look up to him. I done heard him say out of his own mouth, "I'm Jack Dempsey." Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's somebody that he got a lot of respect for. I don't think he can intimidate Jack Dempsey. You know what I'm saying? So I think I would have to take Jack Dempsey. I know Jack Dempsey didn't fight black fighters and shit because that wasn't the thing that they did back then. But he did sign to fight a black fighter. He signed to fight Harry Wheels. A lot of people don't know that. But the damn promoter didn't want to put the money up and shit. But I'm going with Jack Dempsey, man. I think he'll go in there with the mental edge over Tyson. You know what I'm saying? All right, El Fenici said, all right, Rod X. Let me look back real quick. Lala D said she got Tyson. Damien P said he laughed and said the Fed man watched that again just the other day. Mr. Dollar laughing talking about the Fed man. Unirama said prime Tyson. Rod X said remember when Bo tried to join the Marines? Rod X said Tyson by fourth round knockout. El Fenici said give me Iron Mike before jail and Dempsey gets killed in 4. TJ Wilkins say Tyson, easy work. Moody Trayweather said 1988 Tyson is too much for anybody. Roughhouse said that question is ludicrous. Mike Tyson by guillotine. Damon P said I'm going with a young crazy ass Tyson. Unirama said post prison Tyson is sorry as fuck. Man Boston Biker said Kurt talking nice today. That's slang for you on your sharp knowledge game. Then Mustard Doc said Dempsey's aggression will force Tyson to kill or be killed. Tyson in a Hagler versus Hearns type of war. Scrapbook said Mike Tyson over Dempsey in about 2 rounds with Iron Mike. Iron Mike was Jack Dempsey's right hand. Then Ali Dago said Tyson knocks out Dempsey. Jack Dempsey was a good fighter, but he was scared of Langford. He basically admitted it. Main Boston Biker said I got Iron Mike due to intimidation, head moving, and punching power. Chef said he got Iron Mike. Napoleon Armstrong said got to marinate that crow for 48 hours. All right. Ebenezer said very intimidating is an understatement. All right, Marshall Simmons said Tyson, my man, the absolute anger and explosive power was unbelievable. Mike Biggs said Tyson hands down. Napoleon Armstrong said Dempsey pulls a Bruce Seldon that night. I don't see that. Mr. Doc said Tyson emulated Dempsey's haircut even. And Mr. Doc said missed a very good point. Xavier said I thought he looked up to Roberto Duran the most. Maybe so, maybe so. I heard him talking about Jack Dempsey a lot, though. I heard him talking about him several times. Kid Me say, smash that like button off the finger and hit the goddamn thumbs up. Appreciate that, bro. Shamzilla say, Holyfield gave Tyson that work. Moody Traywood said, Marlo passed that weed and I don't even smoke, but I know it's on fire. Hey, Marlo don't smoke nothing but heat. La D said, oh, too much respect. Evanese said, no, Marlo, no. And Napoleon Armstrong, yeah, we love to eat crow, bro. Yeah. Napoleon Armstrong said, he said, our cuss survived and the leeches never got to him. Nobody beats him except Foreman, Holyfield, and Lewis. Lala D said that question was a setup. Chef said, Trey, you tripping over there. Wonderful Life of Bob J said Peter McNeely wasn't afraid of Tyson. Games PP Jack Dempsey by 9th round TKO upset. Lala D laughed and Shamzilla said he got Tyson. My bad, brother. Man, Boston Biker said Tyson was like a dog you teased for days and finally got off the leash. Okay.
Hey, I
respect everybody's opinion.
Hey, I said that because you know what I'm saying that's who Tyson got all this style from. Most of his style came from Dempsey. You know what I'm saying? That that'd be an interesting fight, and I chose Dempsey because I don't see the student beating the teacher. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's all good though. Everybody got their opinion and shit. No, what's the next one?
El Fenici, bro. I just had to let you do the chat first so I can talk to El Fenici real quick.
All right, what's the next one?
Oh, the next one is Adonis Stevenson. Hold up. Let me exhale. This asthma. Adonis Stevenson versus Bernard Hopkins. Adonis Superman Stevenson, 41 years old from Canada. He is southpaw, 143 rounds, 31 fights, 77% KO, 5'11" with a 77-inch reach. He 29-1-1. He was a WBC super middleweight champion and also the WBC light heavyweight champion. Bernard Hopkins, executioner, 55-8, 32 KOs, 53 years old, orthodox, 514 rounds, 67 fights, with a 48% KO. 6'1" with a 75-inch reach. Undisputed middleweight champion, WBC and ring light heavyweight champion, WBO and IBF also. Who y'all got? Adonis Stevenson, Bernard Hopkins.
Well, I like Bernard Hopkins by wide unanimous decision. Bernard Hopkins was one of the sneakiest, craftiest fighters I ever seen in my life. The night he beat Antonio Tarver, a lot of people thought Tarver was going to kill Bernard. The night he beat Tarver, I said, man, this man is great. This man is great. His best 2 fights was Hopkins and Tarver, De La Hoya too. But when he beat Tarver, I just knew he was something special. He would take Adonis Stevenson's left hand away from him easy, you know. And plus, when he had who he had in his corner, my favorite trainer, Bowie Fischer. Him and Bernard, they was like peanut butter and jelly. They worked so good together. Bernard would take Stevenson's left hand away from him, and he might knock him out late, but I'm gonna say decision, Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah, I got the same thing. I agree with you. You said what I was gonna say. I think Bernard will take his left hand away and make it probably like an easy looking fight. He'll probably surprise all of us and dominate that shit. He might beat him like 10 rounds or two or something like that. It's just how them skilled fighters be, you know what I'm saying?
I got
People in the chat.
I got Hopkins over Adonis too.
Okay, Moody Trayweather said that nigga beating the teacher ass. Lala D said she got beat Hop, Napoleon, main boxing biker, Winston Lee, they all got beat Hop. Moody Trayweather, D Bid 03, Kid Mid, Ali Dago, they got beat Hop. El Fenici beat Hop easy, just too skilled. The Moody Trayweather respect y'all opinion though already. Hey, we gonna respect everybody's opinion, bro. Rod they say tap dancing ass beat Hop. Main boxing biker said beat Hop too rough and dirty on the inside. Stevenson needs room to work. You have to get full extension on that left hand. That's a good point. Hey, y'all got to subscribe to the homie Main Boxing Biker. And another thing, man, all y'all that's making content, man, throw your shot up in the chat and shit, man, so people can subscribe. Napoleon Armstrong said take away the left hand and Stevenson doesn't win a round. Older or young Hopkins. Damon P said he picked Hopkins by execution. Mike Biggs say bootlicking alien. He take Adonis to school. Shamzilla said a prime B-Hop would beat up Adonis. Scrapbook said young B-Hop was a two-handed fighter. Stevenson is a one-handed fighter. Kid Mid said the young B-Hop not the nigga who got knocked out the goddamn ring. That shit was funny as fuck. It was, bro. He got knocked out the ring by an ordinary Joe. Napoleon Armstrong said he dismantled Pavlik and styled on Tito. He did style on the diddy man. Right? They said I lost my shirt betting against B-Hop versus Tarver. Keep your shirt on, brother. Games PP said, which version of B-Hop? Shit, pick your favorite version, bro. Mr. Doc said, Stevenson never fought anyone on prime B-Hop skill level. I got to go with Hopkins. And Games PP said, B-Hop by unanimous decision. Then, hold on. Mr. Doc said, laugh and said, someone's going to make a jumping out of the ring joke. Yep. Chris Rainer said, Hopkins, he's one of his favorites. I ain't a bad favorite to have. Main Boston Biker said, I love the executioner, but not the alien. Then Mike Biggs says, subscribe to Mike Biggs Boxing today, right now. Damon P, he said, who has content on here? That's why I told him, man, all y'all that got content, throw your shot up in the chat. Don't come through here saying that TRAE X act funny and all that kind of shit, and don't tell y'all to throw your shot up. So if you make content, throw your shot up in the chat so people can subscribe to your channel. LT Green, what's up, bro? He said, what's good, bro? And ladies, salute. What's going down? Yeah. Bro, Brooklyn Child Boxing Talk said, feel free to sub to his channel. Let's talk this boxing shit. Yeah, subscribe to the homie Brooklyn Child. Ali Dago said, we're talking about 175 Hopkins into the chat, not prime, but yeah, B-Hop still wins. Then the Wonderful Life of Bob J said, the prime B-Hop was at 160. And Main Boston Biker said, you can't bet against a crackhead. B-Hop is a good functional crackhead. Hey, Kid Me, my homie, he said subscribe to his channel. He like the clown like a motherfucker. He did his first live stream not that long ago. So he got the Kung Fu movies and he got the live streams and shit starting to jump off. So y'all subscribe to my homie Kid Me. Napoleon Armstrong said,
plus two. Subscribe to FOG, man. He be having them hits over there too.
Yeah, I'm going to get to him. Napoleon Armstrong said Kovalev was the only one who could beat even the old B-Hop. Then Marshall Simmons said, okay, FOG Boxing Talk Plus say subscribe to his channel. Then Main Boxing Biker say subscribe to Main Boxing Biker. Y'all same name on the Instagram also. He got some good content over there. Bay Boy 75 Sports TV. Subscribe to Bay Boy 75 Sports TV. Thanks for the support. Just speaking our opinion already for sure. LT Green already brought lunch break. Just dipping in for a second. And then Shamzilla say he got his content coming soon. Please subscribe to the homie Shamzillas. Okay. I got the next one, y'all. The next one I got is Ezra. Did I go or did you go, bro?
No, it's only
you win because it was B-Hop. It was B-Hop. Okay, so I got Ezra Charles going up against Bob Foster. So look, Ezra Charles was 95 25-1 with 52 knockouts for a 43% knockout percentage. He was 6 foot with a 73-inch reach. He was orthodox. He fought from middleweight to heavyweight. He fought from 1940 to 1959. His nickname was the Cincinnati Cobra. He's from Cincinnati, Ohio, of course. He won the NBA Heavyweight Championship, aka the WBA Championship, from Jersey Joe Walcott. He was 5-2 versus the Black Murderers row. So he was one of them fighters that would give him an opportunity, and for the most part, he whooped their ass. He had wins versus Archie Moore, Jimmy Bivens, Jersey Joe Walcott, Joey Maxim, Joe Lewis, Charlie Burley, Lloyd Marshall. As a matter of fact, he beat Charlie Burley back-to-back fights. He beat his ass twice in a row. So that's Ezra Charles. He going up against Bob Foster, one of the greatest light heavyweights of all time. And his fight is at light heavyweight too. So Bob Foster was 56-8-1 with 46 knockouts with a 71% knockout percentage. He was 6'3", had a 79-inch reach, orthodox. He fought from light heavyweight to heavyweight. He fought from 1961 to 1978. His nickname was the Deputy Sheriff. He won the light heavyweight title in 1968 from Dick Tiger and kept it until 1974. One of the hardest punchers of all time. And he was from Borger, Texas. So we're going to start with you, Kurt Sugar. Who would you take out of Ezra Charles versus Bob Foster at light heavyweight, my brother?
Oh, man. I'm going to have to go with Ezra Charles. But I tell you what, there will be imminent danger every second of every round for Charles, because Bob Foster, man, was a devastating puncher. I don't think people realize how hard of a puncher he was. Look at the Dick Tiger fight. But I love Ezra Charles all-around boxing ability. Look who this man has beaten. Look at his resume. I cannot go against that. Ezra Charles by TKO, 15-round fight, 13th round.
Okay. I'm taking Ezra Charles too. Because of the resume for the most part. When I went and looked at Bob Foster's resume, of course he got a very impressive streak and a good reign as a champion, but he just doesn't have the names like Ezra Charles. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do no strength of schedule or nothing like that, but just looking at the names, you can see that Ezra Charles just fought a gauntlet of fighters. You know what I'm saying? So I just got to give him the edge over Bob Foster. And plus, like you said, his all-around skills, man. He was just a master boxer. He was fucking slick. He was smooth. He could fight on the inside. He could fight on the outside. He was tough. I got to go with Ezra Charles, man. Who you got, Marlo?
I got Ezra Charles, too. Unanimous.
Okay. It's unanimous.
Foster was knocked out by Ali and Frazier, but that was at heavyweight.
Yeah, that was a heavyweight. All right, let me catch up in the chat real quick. All right, I'm gonna go back, y'all. All right, man, Boston Biker said, let's all serve to each other, y'all. Then he said, this is a community for sure. Yeah. Damon P said he subscribed to the homie Mike Biggs Boxing. Lala D said she got Ezra Charles. Unirama said he got Bob Foster. Mr. Dot said, thanks, guys. I keep my channel small, but I'll do classic fight rescoring, tributes, and some music. When YouTube doesn't take my videos there, I subscribe to the homie Mr. Dot. Scrapbook Boxing says, subscribe to my new channel, family. I subscribe to Scrapbook. Yes. Then DB03 said he got Ezra Charles. Man, Boxing Biker said, I got Charles just because he beat Charlie Burley. He beat him twice in a row, bro. Winston Lee said he got Charles. Moody Trayweather said he got Foster. Underrated Darden, what's up with you, man? Napoleon Armstrong said he subscribed to FOG. Sam Zilla Hossie said, man, I can't call it. That mean I came up with a good matchup. Moody Trayweather said he going with that Texas boy. You going with Bob Foster, huh? Ali Dago said, wow, great fight and very hard one to pick when I'm going to give the slight edge to Charles, but Foster was a beast. You ain't lying. Napoleon Armstrong said Foster by late stoppage. And then Marshall said Ezra Charles, he had that look of a warrior, crazy eyes. Then they said he got Ezra Charles. Kid Miss said, fuck the police, he lose. Mr. Doc said Foster 15 rounds is too long to give Bob to find a natural middleweight. Bob will be behind on the cards. Bob Foster's the only guy I remember cutting Ali. Okay, but I know what you're saying about a natural middleweight, but a lot of boxing historians have Ezra Charles ranked as one of the greatest light heavyweights in history. A lot of them say that Ezra Charles was the greatest light heavyweight in history. So I think he'll have a good chance at light heavyweight. Little 95 said Ezra Gangster Charles split decision. Damon P said he got Ezra Charles. Roughhouse said, hey, all of y'all make sure to stop by the house. Roughhouse Boxing TV. Like and subscribe. Got a new video just went up too. Be sure to comment. I'll get back to you. Hey, why you ain't get back to my comment? I done been over there comment. He ain't said nothing to your boy TRAE X. Scrapbook said, I love Charles, but if Fawcett caught Charles, he going to sleep. I choose Charles, okay? Kid Mid said, I just subscribed to all my third and fourth cousins. Right, they said Charles beat Burley. Enough said. Games PP said there's a charge by 14 round stoppage. The towel gets thrown in. Throw the towel in, Marlo.
Throw the damn towel!
Yeah. MOG Boxing Talk said everyone who said they got channels. And Unirama said Foster gave Ali his worst busted up eye. He paid for it, but he did mess up Ali's pretty face. And then El Fenici said, subscribe to his channel. I have zero content, but I have a good comment. Okay. Subscribe to El Fenici, man. Mayboy Sports TV said, thanks for the subs. And Ali Dago said, subscribe to his channel. Y'all, I'll be more motivated to make more video. All right, subscribe to the homie Ali Dago, man. Appreciate everybody that's been supporting us. Let's all support each other because we all a family. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's on you, Marlo.
All right, next up, I got David Benavidez versus Nigel Benn. David Benavidez, a.k.a. the Red Flag, 20-0, 17 KOs. He's 21 years old, orthodox. We went 76 rounds with 20 fights, 85% KO. 6'1.5" with a 77-inch reach. He's the WBC super middleweight champion. Nigel Benn, the Dark Destroyer, he's 42, 5-1 with 35 KO. Currently 54 years old. Orthodox, he went 236 rounds, 48 fights with a 73% KO. He's 5'9.5" with a 73-inch reach. Who y'all got? David Benavidez, Nigel Benn.
I thought about this fight. I like Nigel Benn because I'm gonna tell you why. He showed his toughness against Gerald McClellan. That was an all-time great fight. Gerald McClellan is a great, devastating puncher. We all know, and he was down and through the ropes. And I thought the fight was over, and he came back, and it was a war of attrition with McClellan. So that showed me about Ben. He didn't have the best chin, but Ben had great power as well. It would be a dog of a fight, but I just think Ben would TKO Benavidez in 10 rounds.
Now hold up, bro. He was beating the shit out of the Dark Destroyer. The only reason why he and he was fucked up in the brain. He should have won that fight. And it was in the UK, you know, it would have been stopped if that was him in between them ropes. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why he won though is because he took that knee. Something was wrong with him. He didn't just lose and quit. Something was really wrong with him. So I don't want to take that away from him. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people to look.
But before he caught the knee, they was going tit for tat, and that fight was a war of attrition. As the rounds went on, that's when you knew he started blinking. Something was wrong with McClellan, but Ben showed a lot of heart in that fight. Plus, he knocked out Barkley. Benavidez, I don't like his defense. You know, he ain't fighting nobody to test him yet. You know, I want to see him move up to light heavyweight, but I like Ben over Benavidez.
Yeah, I do too. I think he was too strong for the young kid. Benavidez still like 21 years old. I don't like his defense, like you said. He do throw some nice combinations though. Them will be pretty, you know what I'm saying? But I'll probably have to take Nigel Benn over David Benavidez.
Right.
Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. Rough out say Trex. I thought I replied to you, homie. My bad. I'm slipping. Just stop by the house again, and I'll make sure to hit you back. All right.
I just want to give a shout out to McCullough, man. That's a tough guy right there. You know what I mean? I feel like something was wrong with him. He supposed to win that fight.
All right, Napoleon Armstrong said, being a murderer, Mr. Doc laughing, Dr. Destroyer gonna hurt that kid. Aladego said, being by 8th round stoppage. And Lala D said, Ben, I guess. And Scrapbook, okay, Winston Lee said he got Ben. D-Bid03 said Ben David too young. He only 21. The
Yeah.
Wonderful Life of Bob J said he got Ben. Kid Mid said, fuck Nigel Ben. I still want to whoop his ass over that G-Man shit. The Uniravel said he got Nigel Ben. Marshall Simmons said Ben 11th round stoppage. And Napoleon Armstrong said McClellan hit him with some shit that should have put him out. And Elfiniti said, Marlo, thanks, family. I be bullshitting. I just comment on other people's shit. Marlo's Corner, one of my favorites. Appreciate that, bro. We don't take that shit lightly when y'all say that kind of stuff.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Doc said if Ben can survive McClellan shit, damn, y'all beat me to it. Kid Me said Nigel Ben lost that fight straight up. And Lil 95 said Nigel Ben is a beast. 6th round knockout. Right? They said he got Ben. Chris Rayner said Benavidez is a bad motherfucker. And I think he beats the entire division. I don't know who Ben is, so I'm not sure on the pick. Nigel Ben from the UK, man, went life and death with Gerald McClellan, bro. They had a hell of a fight. McClellan, he kind of got messed up after that fight. LT Green said, "How y'all feel about Mikey fighting Earl?" Yeah, he on his lunch break and shit. Real quick, shit, I'll go ahead and sum it up, bro. We all feel like he'll get the hell beat out of him by Earl Spence, bro. He ain't got no chance against no Earl Spence. He gonna go out there and get the brakes beat off of his motherfucking ass. So we can go ahead and keep it moving. Roughout said, didn't Ben son fight on the White Park and undercard? He won, but he is not his daddy. He looked trash. I didn't think he looked trash. I thought he was a decent boxer, bro. I think he is an exceptionally talented fighter. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's just the most skilled fighter in the world, but I think he was all right. I like how he boxed the old boy. Scrapbook said Ben over Benavidez. Napoleon Armstrong said saw the documentary when Ben came to see Gerald. I broke Ben down, and me too. Okay, Napoleon Armstrong. Oh, it broke Ben down. Yeah. The gangster Reverend, my boy Shank. What's up, bro? He said, "What's up, good folks?" He got Nigel Ben.
What's good, fam?
Yeah. Kid Miss said G-Man knocked that motherfucker out the ring. That should have been stopped. And the Wonderful Life of Bob J said Jackson damaged G-Man before that fight. Okay, Mr. Doc said something was wrong with McClellan because Ben was punching him in his head. Nell Fenici said Benavidez, I can't stand Ben. Damon P got Benavidez. Gaines PP, David Benavidez would lose by 12 round wide unanimous decision, and he would get knocked down a couple of times. P Money said, I just subscribe to everyone up in here. Salute to all the brothers and sisters in the motherfucking corner tonight. Yeah, I appreciate all of y'all coming through fucking with us, man.
Oh, yeah.
Marshall Simmons said Ben carried an anger that he could really tap into a lot easier than the average fighter. His older brother was murdered by racist skinheads. Okay. Mr. Doc said, this is a great boxing conversation. Glad I finally made it over here, man. Welcome, brother. Yeah. Marshall Simmons said, Ben's son got the job done on Saturday, just showed character. I thought he did a decent job, man. He would hit that motherfucker with the body shots. Oh, boy, didn't even see them whole coming. He was just stopping to right this track with the motherfucking body shots. Yeah. All right, my next one I got, y'all, is Gene Tunney versus Joe Frazier. So I got Gene Tunney. He was 65-1 with 48 knockouts for a 71% knockout percentage. He was 6 foot even with a 76-inch reach. He was orthodox. He fought from light heavyweight to heavyweight. He competed from 1915 to 1928 from Greenwich, Connecticut. Nickname was the Fighting Marine. Won the heavyweight championship from Jack Dempsey in 1926. His only loss was to the great Harry Greb. Undefeated at heavyweight. He was a great, masterful boxer. He was tough too, as you can see in that long count fight with Dempsey in a rematch. So I got him going up against Joe Frazier. He was 32-4-1, had 27 knockouts with a 73% knockout percentage. He was 5'11.5" with a 73-inch reach. He was orthodox. He was at heavyweight. He fought from 1965 to 1981 from Beaufort, South Carolina. Nickname was Smoking Joe. Won the heavyweight title in 1970 by defeating Jimmy Ellis. Has wins over Buster Mathis, Oscar Benavidez, Muhammad Ali, and Buster Mathis. Known for his bob and weave game and vicious left hook. So we're going to start with you, Kurt Sugar. Who would you take out of Gene Tunney, the Fighting Marine, and Smoking Joe Frazier?
This is a bad matchup for Smoking Joe. Gene Tunney had very good lateral movement. He was a very technical fighter. Might have been one of the most technical Caucasian fighters I ever laid eyes on. He beats Joe Frazier by unanimous decision. Too technical. He had a wide variety He can jab. He can fight on the inside, outside. Can use his footwork. Gene Tunney by unanimous decision over Joe Frazier.
And I'm taking Gene Tunney too, man. That was part of the reason why I came up with the matchup because it's just a contrasting style. You got the Smoking Joe with his bob and weave game, tough left hook, and you got Gene Tunney who was just a masterful, elegant, graceful boxer. You know what I'm saying? And he had toughness. So I just
Yep.
felt like he would have been a bad stylistic matchup. He had a good footwork. He had a good jab. He could drop the right hand on you. And if you dropped him, he'll get up and get back on his game and still be able to win the fight. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like he would have had too many tools for Joe Frazier, and I felt like he was tough enough that even if Joe Frazier would have dropped him, I think he could have still got up and won the fight. Let me see who you think, Marlo.
I agree with that 100, Trey. I'll pick Tunney too. Frazier just a slugger, and I think Tunney will dance around him and be able to still connect a lot. If he do get dropped, he a tough SOB.
Yeah,
That's
you
only
tough motherfucker.
that's because I did some research. I don't know him like that, y'all, but I just been reading, watching a little shit on him.
Okay. Let me see what the people in the chat say. Lala D said she got Frazier. Napoleon Armstrong, he got Frazier. El Finiti said he got Smoking Joe. Rod X said I got Frazier. Unirama, Frazier, Roll Tide. Damon P said, please, Smoking Joe Frazier. Winston Lee said he got Joe. D Beard 03 got Joe Frazier. Scrapbook said Gene Tunney, Smoking Joe Frazier. Gene was over Smoking Joe Frazier. Gene was a masterful boxer. For sure. Haplotype said, man, I love this channel, man. We appreciate you for liking the channel and coming through fucking with
Yes,
us, bro.
sir.
Appreciate you.
100.
Real.
Rough House Boxing said Tunney because Kurt Sugar said so. What'd you say, Marlo?
Nah, so I was telling Haplotype, appreciate it too, man. It is knowledge up here.
Yes, sir. Haplotype said Tunney was good. Tyson could beat him easy though. Well, I put these two guys up against each other because they were some of the smaller heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I thought they would be like a good matchup. Games PP said Tunney by majority decision. Ali Dago said he got Tunney. The gangster Reverend said Smoking Joe was a fool. I remember the name Tunney. Had to peep him out. Yeah, he was bad, bro. He was a bad dude. He only lost to one man. Haplotype said in Langham, forget it. Games VP said majority decision. Winston Lee said I'm going with Joe. Ali was a master boxer and Frazier found a way to win. Okay. Mr. Doc said Frazier beats Tunney on cuts after about 12 rounds of a boxing clinic. Tunney got cut up bad by Harry Graham. And then Mr. Doc said Frazier cuts him up worse. Okay. Respect to everybody's opinion out there, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, it's on you, Marlo.
All right, next up, I got Gennady Golovkin versus Joe Calzaghe. Gennady Golovkin, a.k.a. G Yee, 38-0 and 1 with 34 KOs, 36 years old, orthodox boxer. He won 184 rounds, 39 fights, 87% KO, excuse me. He 5'10" and a half with a 70-inch reach. He the IBO and WBC middleweight title champion and the WBA super middleweight champion. We got Joe Calzaghe, Italian Dragon, 46-0 with 32 KOs, 46 years old. Southpaw. He won 162 rounds in 46 fights with a 70% KO. He 5'11" with a 73-inch reach. Joe Calzaghe had the WBA, WBC, WBO, and IBF super middleweight champion. He debuted in '93 and ended in 2008. Who y'all got? Calzaghe or Yee?
A little G.
Kawasaki was bigger than him, more athletic. Terrible style matchup for Golovkin, man. For Golovkin to be effective, you have to stand in front of him. Kawasaki would not stand in front of him. Kawasaki was a well-conditioned fighter. Even though he slapped with his punches, he had very great athleticism, very rhythmic, and fought with a lot of perpetual motion. He would have gave Golovkin fits. Kawasaki by wide unanimous decision.
I'm gonna have to agree with you, man. I'm not gonna lie. I always thought of Joe Calzaghe as a slap box champion when I was younger. But after I got older and started really looking at his fights, I got more respect for him. I like how he had them combinations going off. He had that footwork and shit. Like you said, Kurt, I think that's a terrible matchup for Little G. I think he'll have that motherfucker turning and spinning in circles, putting them combinations on his ass. God, I'm telling you, I think he'll go out there and style on Golovkin. Square business. That's what I think. Who did you take, Marlo?
I'll take Kawasaki. I think Kawasaki will beat the shit out of Golovkin. Use my language.
Beat the shit out of
Yes, sir. Make him look bad. I think if he was in his time, I think they'd be talking, hey, he not the style. He run. He run. They be talking that kind of
him.
bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah.
They be ducking.
Okay, let me see what the chat say. La D say she got Joe Kawasaki. Winston Lee got Joe Kawasaki. Moody TRAE Weather got Triple G. Half of the type said Kawasaki by 10,000 cuts. Winston Lee said that white boy beat B-Hop. Yeah. Napoleon Armstrong said Marlo bonked out on us and didn't hit mute or nothing. Where it is, he left his front door wide open. Yeah, he had his mind on that fight, man. Shamzilla Hossie said Joe Frazier took relentless left hook in the championship rounds. Then the wonderful life of Bob J said he got Joe Kawasaki. Lil 95 said, damn, I hated Kawasaki ever since he slapped Roy around the ring. Triple G split decision. The haplotype said, great question, Marlo.
Be
Rough
dealing.
House Boxing say Kawasaki outworks him and frustrates Triple G all the way to a unanimous decision win. I agree. D-Bid03 said Joe will outbox Little G. Napoleon Armstrong said, Joe, no reason to bet against him because he ain't never lost. El Fenici said he got Kawasaki. Rod X, Kawasaki. Chris Rayner, Kawasaki. Chris Haplotype, Kawasaki, too fast for Little G. And then Chris Gallardo, what's up with you, man? He said Deontay is the number one pound for pound, period. Okay. Shanzilla, okay. Chef say Kawasaki by 100 slaps. E Honda style, yeah. Mr. Doc said if it's at 160, Golovkin drops him like B Hop did, but finishes the job. 168, I think probably the same, but above 168, Golovkin can't do shit. And Appletite said Kawasaki better than Lomachenko. La D laughed from Scrapbook said Joe Kawasaki over Little G. Got to put Little G, not Triple G. Mr. Doc said a washed up Eubank Sr. was able to hurt Joe and bust his face up. Okay, Marshall Simmons say Joe Kawasaki. B Deal, what's up with you, man? He got Golovkin. La D laughing some more. Ali Dago say Kawasaki 9 rounds to 3. Kawasaki was a beast. People say he's a slapper, and I always say, well, then he slapped the shit out of 46 people. I agree. Gage PP say Joe Kawasaki by unanimous decision, even if he gets knocked down. And then Haplotype say, how about Golovkin versus P-Rog? I thought about that shit. We'll do that on another one too, man. We got a lot of fights that we got to get through, y'all. I didn't think this. I thought this shit is going a lot slower than I thought it did. I didn't want it to go super fast, but I didn't think it was, you know what I'm saying, gonna take a lot of time though. Chris Gallardo is Joe Super Joe though. Okay, Mr. Doc say if Kawasaki couldn't keep away from that old ass Eubank Senior, he isn't keeping away from Golovkin. Scrapbook say salute Kurt Sugar. We have a lot of the same opinions. B Deal said thank you for teaching in the boxing community. This is much needed. Appreciate you, man. I ain't never seen you before, but welcome to the gym. We got to get you a wrench. Kid Mid said who that Bermain Stavern beat to get the WBC championship. He curious. He didn't he beat Areola?
Areola.
Yeah, okay. Sham Zilla said, I can't stand Triple G Kawasaki all day. Bay Boy 75 said, y'all got me feeling like I'm in Marlo's Boxing University. For real. Love it already, brother. Damon PP said Kawasaki over Triple G every night. My bad, Little G. And Napoleon Armstrong said, what is Little G real name? Never mind, who cares? Gennady Gennadovich Golovkin or some shit like that.
Gohoyevich Golovkin.
Okay, so I think I'm next. Ain't I next? Oh, yeah, because you did Kawasaki. So, all right, y'all. My next one, I got the Jack Johnson versus George Foreman. So, look, Jack Johnson was 56, 11, and 8 with 35 knockouts for a 45% knockout percentage. He was 6'1.5" with a 74-inch reach. He was orthodox. He fought at heavyweight, and he fought from 1897 to 1931, a 34-year boxing career. He from Galveston, Texas. Nickname was the Galveston Giant. Won the heavyweight title in 1908 by defeating Tommy Burns. He was the first black heavyweight champion. won the colored heavyweight championship. He had wins over Stanley Ketchel, Jim Jeffries, Tommy Burns, among others. And he also had some victories over the guys that I was telling you about, like Sam McVeigh and Harry Wheels and stuff like that. He was getting decisions over those type of guys, Joe Jeanette and shit like that. But even though he did avoid Joe Jeanette once he became champion, but before he became the champion, he was fighting those type of guys. So look, I got him going up against George Foreman. George Foreman was 76-5 with 68 knockouts for an 84% knockout percentage. He was 6'3.5", had a 78.5-inch reach. He was orthodox. He fought at heavyweight from 1969 to 1997. I know he took a intermission in between, but that's still a what is that, 28-year career? He from Marshall, Texas. Nickname was Big George. Won the heavyweight title from Smoking Joe Frazier in 1973 and regained it in 1994 by knocking out Michael Moore at the age of 45. Won an Olympic gold medal, has wins over Joe Frazier, Ken Norton, Ron Lyle, Michael Moore, among others. So we're going to start with you, Kurt Sugar. Who would you take out of Jack Johnson versus Big George Foreman?
Oh man, George Foreman was the strongest fighter ever seen. If it wasn't for Ali, George Foreman would have reigned for the next 10 years. What he did to Ken Norton and Joe Frazier, man, was brutal. Was brutal. I love Jack Johnson, what he stood for and everything. He was before his time, was a good defensive fighter, good boxer. But George Foreman was just too strong and too brutal. Foreman knocks out Johnson in 5 rounds.
Okay, I'm taking Jack John. Oh, go ahead, Marlo.
No, I was saying, y'all D in the building. Welcome to the gym, fam. I don't think I seen you before.
I'm taking Jack Johnson, Kurt Sugar, because I just felt like he was too smart. I saw the documentary on Jack Johnson. They talked about how he went down to a gym where Joe Louis was fighting and he was training, and he went up in there and he got in the ring with a lot of guys and they couldn't even lay a hand on him. And he was already like well past his retirement and stuff like that. He was an older guy then and they just couldn't touch the guy. He was really like a boxing genius, man. A lot of people don't really give him credit for the type of boxing IQ that he had, and I feel like his IQ compared to George Foreman's IQ was like night and day. You know what I'm saying? And plus, he was mentally tough, coming up from the type of environment that he came from, the type of life that he had to live. You know what I'm saying? He getting death threats. He had to deal with all kind of racism, a lot of different kind of bullshit that was going on in his life. So I just feel like he was mentally tougher than George Foreman, because I feel like George Foreman showed some mental weakness against Muhammad Ali in their fight. You know what I'm saying? He basically let Muhammad Ali talk him out his game and make him mad and try to kill him and tire himself out. So I feel like Jack Johnson would have been smart enough to do something similar. You know what I'm saying? So, and plus, shit, Ali was talking, but Jack Johnson could talk too. He can get in your head. He can fuck with you and make you mad. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking Jack Johnson in the upset over George Foreman. Who you got, Marlo?
I eat that crow. I take Jack Johnson over Foreman also. I think he can avoid being knocked out, and I think he can put it on him.
Okay. All right, let me look in the chat. Haplotype said he blew it. You're blowing it, son. You're blowing it. Haplotype said he got Foreman. Napoleon Armstrong got Foreman. Lala D, Foreman. Kid Mid, Foreman. Chris Rayner, George Foreman, Grill. Haplotype said the old Foreman. El Fenici said he got Jack Johnson. Right, they say Jack Johnson by 8th round knockout. Didn't Ali get him about 8 rounds? Chef said George, the old or young version. Pick your favorite one, man. Whichever one your favorite one. I was thinking the old version. I mean the young version. Haplotype say thanks. I guess he's saying he got some new subs. Appreciate everybody that's supporting everybody. Ali Dago said Foreman knocks out Johnson in 3 rounds. Mike Biggs Boxing said George Foreman by knockout. Lala Lee said, wait, 1908? Yeah, that's when he got his first championship from Tommy Burns in 1908. The Wonderful Life of Bob J said he got Jack Johnson. Napoleon Armstrong said, well, look like Frazier ain't nobody from 1800. Nothing beating George Foreman. Okay. Lala D said, oh, Johnson he meant. Yeah, that's what I meant. I must have fucked up. Haplotype said Foreman got too much fat for Johnson. Okay. Rough House Boxing say Foreman was too big for Jack Johnson. Foreman grills Johnson by 13th round knockout. Okay, Yard D said, damn, 28 years. Yeah, that's a hell of a career, 80 man. Haplotype said Johnson could beat Dempsey, though. Then Baby Boy said Foreman all day, every day. David P said Foreman by concussion. Lil 95 said Jack Johnson on GP. What that mean? General purposes? 15 round TKO? Okay. Scrapbook said Jack Johnson over Big George Foreman. Mr. Doc said, I love Big George, but Jack does prime Foreman like Jimmy Young done George. Jack Johnson knows too much. The Games PP said Foreman ducked Larry Holmes, though. And Yadi say, what's up, family? What's up with you, man? Welcome to the gym. And then Mr. Doc said, I think comeback Foreman beats Jack Johnson. Young George too flawed psychologically. Hey, that's true. But once he went and got his religion and stuff, you know what I'm saying? That strengthens your spirituality and that strengthens you psychologically too, because you fighting, you feel like something is in control other than yourself, like a higher power is in control. Uh, Scrapbook said Jack Johnson was the best defensive heavyweight boxer to this day. George Foreman would have swung until he got tired. Games PP said Jack Johnson by 20th round TKO. Rough Out said when Foreman hit Frazier and him doing the Jiminy Cricket dance in the ring was hilarious. He looked like he broke out running from that motherfucker. Chris Gallardo said he got Big George. Man, Boston Biker said I got Johnson also because he used to chew sugar cane to toughen up his chin. Okay, Moody Trailweather said both from Texas. He plead the fifth. Oh, you only taking the Texas fighters, huh? Okay, Mike Beard said he subscribes to the homie Moody Trailweather. And then hold on, Scrapbook said great point concerning Jack Johnson. Old George Foreman trades, very good point. Appreciate you, bro. And y'all D laughing. La La D said, no, I messed up trades. I was thinking Foreman 1908. Okay, okay. Y'all D said, damn right on, fam. Yeah. Haplotype said you cannot have a guy who got knocked out by Troy Yinsky surviving Foreman hooks. Okay, okay. So it's on you, Marlo.
All right, next up, I got Jamel Charlo versus Corey Spink. Jamel Charlo is an Iron Man, 31-0, 15 KOs, 28 years old. Orthodox. Went 200 rounds, 31 fights with a 48% KO. He 5'11 with a 73-inch reach. WBC Super Welterweight Champion. Corey Spinks, the next generation, 39-8, 11 KOs, 40 years old right now. He a southpaw, 347 rounds, 47 fights, 23% KO ratio, 5'9.5", 71-inch reach. He is the IBF, WBA Junior Welterweight and Welterweight champion, and the IBF Junior Middleweight champion. Who y'all got? Charlo Spink.
I was never a big Spinks fan in the first place. I like Charlo by unanimous decision. 9 rounds to 3. I just think Charlo's a better fighter than Spinks. Charlo by unanimous decision.
I don't really know enough about Corey Spinks. It seemed like I remember seeing him fight Zab Judah back in the day. I think that's the only time I seen him fight. So I don't really know enough to even give a good opinion, man. It didn't seem like he had a lot of power, so I might have to go with Charlo just off power.
I got Charlo.
Let me see what you got, Charlo. Let me see what they're talking about in the chat. Rod, they say Charlo by 9th round knockout. Ali Dago said Charlo stop Spinks in 9. El Fenici Charlo cause I'm biased. Texas, bro. Kid Mills said he got Charlo. Mike Biggs, Charlo. Chris Gallardo, Charlo by unanimous decision. Yadi said I'm from St. Louis, but I got to go with Charlo. P Money said Charlo would stop him in the 10th. Chef said Charlo 5th round knockout. Napoleon Armstrong said which Spinks? He talking about Corey Spinks. Mr.
Right.
Dot say Spinks didn't have his legs at 154. I hate to, but I gotta go with Charlo clipping him about round 7 or so. Man, Boston Biker said Iron Man lines only Spinks and Polly Malignaggi had the same punching power. That's what I thought. I didn't seem like I saw him with a lot of power. Mr. Dot said Corey Spinks was nice at 147 though. Yadi said Spinks got no chin. Charlo 10th round knockout. Damon P said I'll go with Charlo. Napoleon Armstrong said Corey. Charlo stops Corey in 7. Spinks can't keep him off of him. And Moody Trailweather said he got Charlo. Mr. Doc said Spinks was a clever end fighter at 154. That's how he got by at that stage of his career. Then Marshall Simmons said Charlo by decision. Rayner got Charlo. Then Scrapbook say Charlo all day gains PP. Jamel Charlo by fourth round knockout. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next one. So I got Homicide Hank, Henry Armstrong versus the great Roberto Duran. So I got Armstrong was 152, 21, and 9 with 101 knockouts for a 55% knockout percentage. He was 5'5.5", had a 67-inch reach. He was orthodox. He fought from featherweight to welterweight, competed from 1931 to 1945 from Columbus, Mississippi. His nickname was Homicide Hank. He beat Petey Cerrone for the featherweight title in 1937. He beat Barney Ross for the welterweight title in 1938. And he defeated Lou Ambers in 1939 for the lightweight title. One of the few fighters in history to simultaneously hold championships in 3 divisions. And I didn't put some of his key wins since I named some of them already with Petey Cerrone, Barney Ross, and Lou Ambers, because that's a hell of a list already. So then I got him going up against the great Roberto Duran. He was 103, 16, 103 and 16. He had 70 knockouts for a 59% knockout percentage. He was 5'7", had a 66.5-inch reach. He was orthodox. He fought from bantamweight to super middleweight. Competed from 1968 to 2001 from Panama. Nickname was Mano de Piedra in El Cholo. Won 5 titles in 4 weight classes, and many consider him to be the greatest lightweight ever. He has wins over Ken Buchanan, Sugar Ray Leonard, Davey Moore, and Iran Barkley, among others. So we're going to start with you, Kurt Sugar. Who would you take out of Homicide Hank Armstrong and the great Roberto Duran?
This is a terrific fight. This fight would have been fought in the trenches, but Henry Armstrong's style plays into Roberto Duran's hands. Roberto Duran was a murderous in-style puncher with hooks to the body, to the head. Duran was a very sneaky fighter. People don't give him a lot of credit. Very cagey. I like in a 15-round fight. I like Duran TKO over Henry Armstrong in 13 rounds.
Okay, let me say one thing real quick before I go to Marlo. Chris Gallardo said, "What weight class?" We'll say lightweight. We'll say lightweight. What you say, Marlo?
I'm going Armstrong. Duran didn't quit before, and I think Armstrong mentally, and I think he'll beat him. I think he'll beat him all around.
Okay. Let me see what they saying in the chat. Lala D said she got Homicide Hank. Rod X said he got Armstrong. Lala D said she just guessing. It's all good. We appreciate you coming through, chopping it up, and participating. Y'all D say, damn. Napoleon Armstrong said Duran quit. No mas mojito, no mas nigga. Okay. Y'all D said, damn. Roughhouse Boxing said he got Duran. Chris Gallardo said, what weight class? We said lightweight. Y'all D said 3 different weight classes simultaneously. Ali Dago said, I want to pick Armstrong, but something is telling me to pick Duran. So I got Duran finding a way to win. Yeah, your mind is telling you yes, but your body telling you no, huh? Kid Me said, I ain't seen old Berto since the bed. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Elvanici said, Duran quit against Ray, so that sways my decision. And Damon P said, the great Roberto Duran. Y'all D said Duran fought to 2001. Hold on, what did I say? Yeah, to 2001. That's I got it off of BoxRec from 68 to 2001. What is that? 33 years?
July.
Chef said he got Duran. Scrapbook said Armstrong all day, my number 4 fighter all time. And DB03 said he got Roberto Duran. Napoleon Armstrong said Duran knocked out a horse, I heard, but don't front on the Armstrong. And then the Games PP said Hank Armstrong by corner stoppage. Scrapbook says doesn't matter what weight class, Armstrong all day over Roberto Duran. I'm taking Roberto Duran, y'all. I felt like he was too big, he was too physical. Like Kurt said, I think it's just a bad stylistic matchup for Armstrong. He gonna be coming in with that smoking Joe Frazier type of shit that he do with that bobbing and weaving and slipping, and he gonna walk right into the wheelhouse with Roberto Duran. He gonna be too strong in there for him. And plus Duran, he kind of dirty and real physical and stuff, and he bigger than Armstrong. So I just feel like it'll be too much for Armstrong, man. I got to take Roberto Duran, Mano de Piedra, over Homicide Hank. All
All
right,
right,
it's on you, my brother.
let's stay on Duran since y'all know his number. I got Duran going against Keith Thurman at welterweight. All right. So Keith Thurman, one time, 28-0, 22 KOs, 29 years old, orthodox, 136 rounds, 29 fights with a 76% KO, 5'7", 69 inch reach. WBO, super welterweight, WBC welterweight, and WBO champ. Who y'all got? Duran or Keith one time Thurman?
I like Duran to TKO Thurman. Duran will break Thurman's will. It seemed like Thurman had some quit in him. I just got that feeling about Thurman. Duran was the greatest Latino fighter I've ever seen in my life. Look at his resume. It's unbelievable. Duran will go to the body. Plus, Duran had that counter where he threw the right hand. And I like Duran in a 12-round fight, 11-round TKO over Keith Thurman.
I might have to go with runtime, man. Just looking at, I don't know, man. That's hard because runtime, you got the legs and stuff to try to outbox Duran, but Duran was just so nasty and dirty in there. And I think he probably could land that body shot that Luis Collazo landed on Keith Thurman. So I'll probably go with Duran. I'll go with Duran.
I had
Let
Duran
me
over
see what.
Thurman too.
Okay, let me look in the chat. Mr. Dot said at 135, I go for Duran, far more sophisticated than people think, like Kurt Sugar said. For me, the short list for best lightweight ever is Duran, Benny Leonard, and Sweet Pea in any order. I had Benny Leonard on the list too, y'all. I just didn't know if enough people knew about him to make a pick or whatever. But I'm gonna do a little breakdown on him for sure. Chef said, man, niggas from the country knock out horses all the time. Yeah. Ronald Figley said, y'all run boxing. I see you still alive. Salute to Marlowe's corner. Yeah. Mr. Doc said Duran beats the shit out of Thurman. Stop it. Then La D said Duran. Napoleon Armstrong said Duran. Rod said, I just heard Tristan Thompson punch Draymond Green in the club. Damn. Mr. Doc said no. Moody Treadweather said runtime too crafty. Yadi said Thurman being hurt and he can't run enough for Duran. I got Duran. Ronald Finley said he got run time. Chef said he got Duran. Chris Rayner said Duran knocks out Thurman, makes his ass cry. Then Riley said Duran by 10th round knockout to the body. And then Yadi said I think so too. Mr. Doc said Thurman isn't as good as like 15 plus the dudes that Duran beat. Okay, Ronald Finger said Thurman using his range very well. That's what I was thinking about too. Napoleon Armstrong said Duran will widen that gap in his mouth and on the cars. Dago said I got Duran stopping Thurman with some mean body shots. And Damon P said Duran over Thurman. Duran just a different level. Okay, DB at 03. Duran too rough for Thurman. I can see that. Mike Biggs boxing. Duran will KO Thurman inside 7 rounds. La D, yeah, runtime. Y'all know who the first person to call him runtime, right? That was Robert Guerrero. Robert Guerrero pops runtime. Yeah, Phoenicia said Duran. Mr. Doc said Duran.
Your runtime.
Yeah. Mr. Doc said Duran didn't just beat 154 pounders and middleweights. He beat the ever living shit out of Davey Moore and Iran Barkley. Yep. All right, Sonny Boxing Talk. What's up, man? Y'all subscribe to Sonny's Boxing Talk. Ron the Phoenix said we seen Keith Thurman get a speed knock and he survived. Oh, you talking about that big ass knot on his head, the hematoma, whatever it was? Chris Gallardo said Duran beats his arms up into submission. Well, who you got on Deontay versus Lennox? Hey, say that for the Kurt Sugar said. Ask Kurt Sugar, man. We're going to get to it because I got some more matchups and shit. Scrapbook said Roberto Duran over Keith Thurman, easy work. Games PP, Duran by corner stoppage and by 1,000 cuts in the 12th round. Make Keith Thurman face turn into ground turkey. Marshall Simmons said Duran slick and great props been put his way. before can't be for nothing. Okay, the gangster Reverend, my boy, he said he got Duran. Then Scrapbook said Keith Thurman doesn't beat Sugar Ray Leonard. Roberto Duran dead proof in the pudding. Okay, Sonny Boston Talk said Duran too rough. Marshall Simmons, okay, Mike Biggs laughing. Napoleon Armstrong said I wanted Pop Mayweather to square up with Pop Guerrero. Yeah, I'm taking Mayweather too.
You
Damon
guys
P
don't
said I'm
believe
out for the night. Everybody, y'all hold it down. All right, bro. Appreciate
Peace.
you for coming through, man. I had a good little old matchup. I wanted everybody to stay to this one because I got this one right here just for Kurt Sugar on Marlowe's corner. So
tonight?
my next one, I got the great, Sam Langford going up against marvelous Marvin Hagler at middleweight. So Sam Langford was 178, 29, and 39 with 126 knockouts for a 50% knockout percentage. He was 5'7" and a half, had a 74-inch reach. He was orthodox. He fought from lightweight to heavyweight, competed from 1902 to 1926 from Nova Scotia, Canada, and he's an ancestor of my boy Ty Legacy. That's like his great uncle or some shit. He won the colored middleweight and the colored heavyweight champ. He won the colored middleweight championship twice, and he won the world colored heavyweight championship 5 times. He had devastating power. He was avoided by the champions, including Jack Johnson. He beat Stanley Ketchel, Joe Gans, and many felt he was robbed against Jack Johnson. His nickname was the Boston Bone Crusher. One of them anyway. You know, he got the Boston Tar Baby and all kind of stuff. So I got him going up against marvelous Marvin Hagler. He was 52, 3-2. And 52, hold on. I done wrote down the wrong knockouts. My bad, y'all. But his knockouts came after a 78% knockout percentage. He was 5'9" and a half with a 75-inch reach. He was a southpaw. And you know what? Out of all the fighters I did, this was like the only southpaw I think I had. He was at least the first one. He fought at middleweight, competed from 1973 to 1987 from Newark, New Jersey. Nickname was Marvelous. Was the undisputed middleweight champion for 7 years. Known for his granite chin, holds notable wins over Duran and Hearns. So we're gonna start with you, Kurt Sugar. Who would you take over the great Sam Langford versus marvelous Marvin Hagler?
Oh man, this is a tough one, man. This is really, really tough right here. This fight can go either way, man. I got a lot of respect for Sam Langford. That man was great. But Marvin was great too. Best chin in boxing history. Can switch with little effort. Underrated jab. Marvin will win by split decision, but it can go either way. But I'm picking Marv by split decision. He's one of the few fighters that I can see beating Marv, but I'm gonna have to go with Marvin by split decision.
You
That's
know
a
what?
hard fight. That's a hard
It's a
fight.
it's a real good fight. And when I was looking at the tape, they got a little bit of footage on Sam Langford right here on YouTube. They got Sam Langford versus Joe Jeanette. You know what I'm saying? And Sam Langford, man, he one of the only fighters like from that time period that I could look at that raggedy ass grainy footage and I can actually see his punches landing. And he had some uppercuts for your ass. I'm talking about left-handed and right-handed uppercuts. He was dropping them on your ass, got you knotted up in there. Goddamn me, looking like Hakeem Rockman. And the motherfucker could punch, man. He had 126 knockouts, man. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
mean, Marvin Hagler was the bigger man. I'll give you that. You know what I'm saying? Marvin Hagler was a hell of a fighter. It would be a war. Ain't no
it will
mistake
be a
about
war.
it.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? But
yes.
man, I gotta get a slight edge to Langford because he went up and fought at heavyweight. He was competitive up there. He was shit. He kept people like Sam McVeigh forever even winning the goddamn colored heavyweight championship because he kept on running into him. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Sam Langford was a motherfucker, man. So I had to go with him over Hagler, man. Who you got, Marlo?
I'm gonna eat crow for my boy Marvin. I'm
That ain't eating crow. He the favorite.
I'm gonna eat. Okay, well I'm going with Marvin then. Langford got all them knockouts, bro, and Marvin can get hit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going with Marvin. Marvelous.
Okay,
Marvelous.
okay. La La D. The Polish said he got Hagler. La La D Hagler. Rod X got Sam Langford. Chef say he got Hagler. Kid Mid got Sam Langford. Marshall got Hagler by decision. Yadi got Hagler. Mike Biggs boxing Hagler. Kid Mid Langford got ducked and blackballed. Yes, sir. And I got a little something else for y'all too on that kind of shit. I'm gonna tell y'all about the original Black Murderers Row. But we done heard about the more modern one, but we don't really talk about the original Black Murderers Row. So we gonna talk about it a little bit. Ronald Finger said he got Hagler. Darnell Kirkland said the Boston Tar Baby. They did a nigga bad back then, didn't they, man? Yeah, Finizzi said Hagler and he beat Ray. I think that's what he said. Scrapbook said I got okay. Mr. Dot said, oh shit. Langford one of the most murderous punchers ever. Hagler barely beat Duran on points. I can't believe I'm picking against Hagler, but I got Sam Langford. And Hagler definitely had one of the best chins ever, but if anybody had the power to hurt Hagler, it would have been, Sam Langford. El Finiti said B Ray. I know what you meant. Lala D said I shouldn't laugh at that. What you laughing at, girl? Donnell Kirkland said he got marvelous Marvin Hagler. The gangster Reverend, he said, bruh, I still got to ride with Marvin Marv due to that chin and the heart. Hey, I ain't mad at you, man, just like I ain't mad at Kurt. Sully Bossenthal said he got Marvin. Donnell Kirkland said niggas was really racist back then. You ain't lying, man. Go look at all the nicknames for Joe Louis. All of them was the brown bomber, the chocolate this, the coffee colored this. I'm talking about everything was about his color, man. You know what I'm saying? Ronald Finger said Hagler with a hint of Sean Porter. Ollie Dago said Langford was a monster. He used to beat up heavyweights, but I got to go with my boy Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Man, that's my dog. And Napoleon Armstrong said, Marvin off wheel alone. Hop, what's up, man? He said, how fast was Langford's hand speed? Hey, go look at some of that grainy ass footage, man. You can see them punches going off like fireworks on the motherfucker. They were hard too. You know what I'm saying? Mark Blake, what's up, man? Shout out to the Netherlands.
Mark Blake in the building. Ron Finkley, if I missed you, man. What's
Mark
that?
Blake, peace. Ronald Finkley, peace.
Yeah, hold on. Kid Mid said Yi Long got the best chin in boxing history. Scrapbook said Sam Langford knocks out Marvin Hagler in about 13 to 15 rounds. Scrapbook said Langford was way too strong for Marvin Hagler. How many would have had to move the entire? Oh, Hagler would have had to move the entire fight. Mr. Dawson, Langford beat freaking Harry Wheels. Yeah, they used to. Well, hold on, Harry Wheels. We gonna get to that, Mr. Doc, because Harry Wheels used to whoop the shit out of Langford. Shit. Hold on, I gotta say something on that now. That motherfucker was 13-2-2 against Sam Langford, and he went on an 11-fight win streak against Sam Langford. He was beating the shit out of Sam Langford every day. But hold on, let me get back up in that. Okay, Games PP said Sam Langford by majority decision. And then Ronald Finger, Marshall Simmons said there was two sets of black murderers. Yep, they don't call the original the Black Murderers Row. I called them the original Black Murderers Row. You know what I'm saying? Because they was being avoided. They was denied shots at the championship, and they wasn't just avoided by black fighters. They was avoided by white fighters. They was avoided by fighters like Jack Johnson and shit too. You know what I'm saying? All right, it's on you, bro.
All right, next up, I got Regis Prograis versus Joel Casamayor. All right, Regis Prograis, the Rougarou, 22-0, 19 KOs, 29 years old. He a southpaw, went 80 rounds with 22 fights. He had 86% KO. He 5'8" with a 67-inch reach. Joel Casamayor, brushed. He 38-6 with one draw, 22 KOs. 47 years old right now. He's a southpaw. He went 328 rounds, 45 fights, 49% KO percentage. He 5'7", 69% reach. We got Regis Prograis is the WBC super lightweight champ right now. Well, that's what they got him at. Casamayor is the IBA and WBO super featherweight champ, WBC lightweight champion, WBO super lightweight champion. Who y'all got? Casamayor, Regis Prograis.
I'm gonna say this, man. This is very strange about Prograis because I was really high on him when he fought Velasco. Even though it was Velasco, he was getting touched, and I don't know. Maybe it's a premonition, but I'm not high on Prograis like I used to be. Matter of fact, I'm way down on him. TRAE can tell you that. I just don't like how he get hit with tail end punches, man, and he just walk right in and he move his head, but he still get hit. It's very strange. And if he fight Taylor, anybody, he gotta show me more. So I'm picking Casamayor because of his boxing ability. I like Casamayor by unanimous decision.
I'm right behind you with that, Trey. I mean, with that,
I
Kurt.
am too. I'm taking Casamayor over Prograde, man. I'm not sold on Prograde at all. I never have been. The first time I saw him on that fuck that Friday night shit on Showtime, the Showbox shit, I was not
Mm.
impressed then, and that shit was like 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I just never was impressed by him. Y'all done heard me talking about him on this show. I don't be trying to sway y'all opinion, but that's just my opinion. I just ain't big on him. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me look in the chat real quick. Gangster Reverend said taking that nigga lunch money. Yeah. Mr. Dot said, yeah, but Langford knocked wheels out, Trey. But he took some losses. What was he? 2-13-2? And he said, and Langford was getting old when Willis got most of them wins. When Wheels got most of them wins. Okay, I don't know how old he was, but he still got his ass whooped. Hop said, I know Langford had elite knockout power, but if he also had very fast hands, I'll go with Langford. Leonard actually made Marvin look slow in that fight and clearly beat him, in his opinion. And Napoleon Armstrong said, I need to dig some of these ancient motherfuckers up. Y'all got them whooping all my heroes. Then Riley said he got Casamayor by unanimous decision. Lala D said today's black murderers wrote Spence, Jamal, and Wilder. Laughing out loud and Bud. Marshall Simmons said he used to boycott fights with two black fighters back then, but Jabba, a black U.S. fighter, came to the U.K. and did a tour booth fighting and was very successful during the 30s and the 40s. Okay. Mike Beard said pro grade by third round knockout. Ali Dago said I got Casamayor, was a good Cuban fighter. Mr. Dot said pro grade going to walk into some shit and get knocked out. C Cat see this or Michael Cat see this. Games PP said Joel by unanimous decision, and I like Rega's pro grade. Lala D said she got Casamayor. Scrapbook say Langford, Jeanette, Wills, McVeigh was the original Black Murderers role. We gonna get to it. Ron the Finger said, I always share boxing trivia on all social media websites. It ain't just boxing trivia. Sonny Boxing, but appreciate that. Sonny Boxing talks said Pro Grace Rock Face. And then Chef said he got Casamayor. D-Bid03 got Casamayor. Napoleon Armstrong said Joel sets a lot of traps, Laura before Laura. And Yadi said Casamayor by unanimous decision. Marshall Simmons or Lolly Dago said I got Pro Grace stopping punk ass AJ. He just joking. Mr. Dot said, was Casamayor the most successful pro-Cuban in the modern era? I think he might have an argument. Okay. So, look, my next fight I got is Joe Jeanette versus Evander Holyfield. So, look, Joe Jeanette was 82-10-10 with 69 knockouts for a 66% knockout percentage. He was 5'10", had a 74-inch reach. He was orthodox. He fought at heavyweight. He competed from 1904 to 1922 from North Bergen, New Jersey. Was avoided by Jack Johnson when Johnson was a champ. He fought Jack Johnson 7 times early in his career. He fought Sam Langford 13 times. He fought maybe the greatest fight versus Sam McVeigh. The fight had, you talk about doghouse rules. This fight had no judges or scorecards. They fought until the last man was standing. Jeanette was dropped 21 times in the first 17 rounds. McVeigh was dropped 20 times overall in the fight. Jeanette won the colored heavyweight title because McVeigh couldn't answer the bell for the 50th round. That was probably the greatest fight of all time. You want to talk about Gotti Ward and all that shit? Put that shit to bed. That ain't got shit on this fight right here. Nothing. So we got him going up against Evander Holyfield. Holyfield was 44-10-2 with 29 knockouts with a 51% knockout percentage. And the reason that I picked Holyfield was because, Holyfield was a warrior. And obviously Joe Jeanette was a warrior. He went 49 rounds to win the colored heavyweight title for Sam McVeigh. So this would have been a straight war. Holyfield was 6'2.5" with a 78-inch reach. He was orthodox. He fought from light heavyweight to heavyweight. He competed from 1984 to 2011. He's from Atmore, Georgia. Only fighter to be both undisputed cruiserweight and heavyweight champion. Only 4-time heavyweight champion. Won an Olympic gold medal. Has wins over Muhammad Qawi, Michael Dokes, Buster Douglas, George Foreman, Larry Holmes, Riddick Bowe, Ray Mercer, Mike Tyson, among
Mm.
others. And his nickname was the real deal. Can't forget about that. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start with you, Kurt Sugar. Who you taking over the great Joe Jeanette versus the real deal Evander Holyfield?
Man, I grew up with Holyfield, man. Holyfield is a warrior, but sometimes, man, he lacks defense. Look at the Bull fight. He was very lucky to beat Burt Cooper. Remember, Lou Duva cut those gloves with a razor blade because Holyfield had nothing left. People forget about that, and that gave him extra time. I cannot pick up against Joe Jeanette. Man fought 50 rounds, knocked down 20 some times. Joe Jeanette, TKO. That's crazy. I'm shaking my head, man. I can't pick against that. Joe Jeanette, TKO, Holyfield, 15 rounds, maybe before.
Woo! Who you got, Marlo?
Bro, you know I'm riding with Kurt.
I can't pick against that, man.
Yeah, I can't pick against it either, man. I had to go with Joe
I,
Jeanette too, man. I
I
ain't never
can't.
seen Holyfield go no 49 rounds, get knocked down 21 times, and get up 21 times, and come back to win the fight.
That's
Won the
crazy,
fight.
man.
No judges, no scorecards, none of that shit. Last man standing. Get out there on that. The greatest fight in history.
That's
Let me see what
bananas.
y'all talking about in the chat. Kid Mid said, I'm the newest member of the Black Murderers Row. And Lala D said she got the real deal. Kid Mid said, Holyfield by head, but you sound like you still mad over that Mike Tyson shit, boy. Rod X said Joe Jeanette by 11th round knockout. Napoleon Armstrong said he got Holyfield. DB03 Holyfield. Mike B's boxing Holyfield by 10th round knockout. Y'all D said 50th round. Man, hold up. And then Lil 95 said, damn, that's a record breaker. I don't know about a record, man, but they were fighting their ass off. Ali Dago said the real deal wins it. And then Ronald Finger said, damn. Sonny Boston Talk said, Holyfield, another pure rock face. And Kid Miz said, a Georgia boy, yeah. Mr. Don said, Holyfield by unanimous decision, but Jeanette would earn his respect in there, I think. Yeah, you know. Ronald Finger said, yo, Holyfield was a beast. Damn sure was. Had one of the best resumes in all of boxing history. Mr. Dot said, I don't think either Jeanette or Holyfield gets stopped. That's for sure. Tone Bangers, what's up with it, man? Y'all subscribe to my homie Antonio McCray, man, making them beats. Marshall Simmons, okay, Yadi said Jeanette straight up. I ain't never heard that. Yeah, that's crazy. Chef said he got Holyfield. Hop said he got a question for Kurt Sugar. Hold on to that question, Hop, for the Ask Kurt Sugar segment. We gonna try to get through these fantasy matchups and shit. You know what I'm saying? But hold on to that question. We got you. We almost done. All right, it's on you, Marlo.
This is my last one. I got Mikey Garcia up against Alexis Aguayo. We got Mikey Garcia, 39-0, 30 KOs, 30 years old, orthodox. Yeah, he went 214 rounds and 39 fights with a 77% KO. He 5'6" with a 68-inch reach. He held the IBF WBC lightweight championship, the IBF WBO the IBF super lightweight championship, and the WBO super featherweight and super featherweight title. My bad, bro. Alexis Aguayo, El Flaco, Explosivo, 77-8, 62 KOs, 57 years old right now, orthodox, 5'10", 72-inch reach. He also held the WBC lightweight championship and the WBC super featherweight championship. He debuted in 68 and ended in 95. Who y'all got? Aguayo or Mikey Garcia?
I like Aguayo by TKO 9 rounds. He had one of the best straight right hands in boxing history. Knocked out Ruben Oliveris, man. He knocked out Mike Tyson trainer Kevin Rooney. Knocked out Boom Boom Mancini. The explosive thin man. Alexis Aguayo was a stiff fighter, but man, he can punch with that right hand. I was a big fan of Aguayo. Mikey's a good fighter, but see, the difference will be Aguayo wouldn't let Mikey hold that position when Mikey comes forward or he stands his ground because Holyfield, Aguayo would be right there. And I'm telling you something, he had great timing. If you thought Mikey Garcia has great timing, Aguayo has great timing with one punch knockout with that straight right hand. I like Aguayo by TKO.
I'm with you on that, Kurt. I think he,
Yeah, I don't know a lot about Arguello.
He was
I
great,
probably have
Trey.
to. Yeah, I don't know a lot about him. I just know about his fight against give give me the bottle, the one I mix, Aaron Pryor.
give me the
Yeah,
bottle.
that's the only. Yeah, I don't really know enough to even make a educated opinion. You know what I'm saying? But just on the outside looking in, I might have to go with Mikey Garcia because I done seen more from him. But I know that he ain't fought just the toughest competition in the world, so it'd be kind of hard for me to go with him. Fuck, I don't know, man. I might have to go with Alexis Arguello. Fuck it, he got the power. Well, both of them got the power though. That's a good matchup, Marlo. Shit, I don't know enough about him, man. I'm gonna go with Kurt Sugar opinion, man. I'm taking Arguello.
Yeah, I had the Grayo
All right,
too.
let me look in the chat. Marshall Simmons said, Holyfield, even though we beat Iron Mike, I remember it well before pay-per-view, absolutely free. Then the Gangster Reverend said he got the real deal, man. Gaines PP said Holyfield by TKO, referee stoppage. Then Shamzilla said he got Holyfield. Scrapbook said, all right, hold on, save that shit for the Ask Kurt Sugar segment, man. We almost done. Rod said Alexis by 12th round knockout. Halp said I'll go Garcia, and I love Arguello. Mikey a little craftier, he thinks. Chris Rayner said Alexis Arguello by split decision. Marshall Simmons, okay. Scrapbook said Sam. Hold on, we gonna Sam McVay over Holyfield. What a war that would have been. Yeah, we gonna get to it, bro. Just hold on to that question, man. Games PP said Alexis Arguello by 7 round knockout. DB03 said Alexis Arguello will put hands on Mikey Garcia. Shelf said he got Arguello. Sonny Boston got Arguello. Mr. Dot said Arguello does to Garcia what Easter couldn't. Keeps him at the end of that jab and right to the sternum. Arguello wide unanimous decision. Then Marshall Simmons, all right, Kid Miz said I almost got TKO by this blunt. Poland Armstrong said Mikey more consistent. If the wrong Alexis shows up, y'all D said he got a Guayo. He said Mikey hasn't fought an elite fighter yet. I'm with you. Mr. Dot laughing said the one I mix made everyone forget about Leon Speaks and his brown bottle in that first Ali fight. Okay, okay. So look, y'all, this is my last one. And then after that, I got a little something I want to tell y'all about the original Black Murderers Row. Since we already talked about Joe Jeanette and we talked about Sam Langford, I want to put y'all down on Harry Wheels and Sam McVeigh. So my last matchup I got is Joe Lewis, the bronze bomber. What is his name? The Brown Bomber versus Muhammad Ali, the greatest. So I got Joe Lewis. He was 66-3 with 52 knockouts for a 75% knockout percentage. He was 6'2 with a 76-inch reach. He was orthodox from Detroit, Michigan. His nickname was the Bronze Bomber. He fought at heavyweight, fought from 1934 to 1951. Won the heavyweight title from Jim Braddock in 1937 and kept it for 12 years with 25 defenses. He had devastating power, had wins over Max Schmeling, Jim Braddock, Billy Conn, and Jersey Joe Walcott, among others. I got him going up against Muhammad Ali. He was 56-5 with 37 knockouts for a 61% knockout percentage. He was 6'3" with a 78% inch reach. He was orthodox from Louisville, Kentucky. He was a heavyweight, fought from 1960 to 1981. Won the heavyweight title from Sonny Liston in 1965. Only three-time lineal heavyweight champion in history. Four-time WBA champ. Two-time WBC champ. Nickname was the greatest. He holds wins over Sonny Liston, Archie Moore, Floyd Patterson, Joe Frazier, George Foreman, Ken Norton, Ron Lyle, Ernie Shavers, and others. So we're gonna start with you, Kurt Sugar. Who are you gonna take out of Joe Lewis versus Muhammad Ali?
You have two titans, but surprisingly, this fight would not be competitive at all. It's all about styles. If Billy Conn was boxing Joe Lewis, Ali would do a job on Joe Lewis. Joe Lewis is great, and I love him. Devastating puncher. But Ali footwork, hand speed will be way too much. Joe was too robotic. Ali would hit him all day and knock him out in 9 rounds.
Okay, okay. Who you got, Marlo?
I'm gonna go with Ali. I just know more, and I that's one of my Mount Rushmore of boxing. I'm rolling with Ali.
Okay, okay. Let me see what the chat say. Moody Trayweather said he got Ali. Rod X said he got Ali by unanimous decision. Gaines PP, Muhammad Ali by unanimous decision. Yadi, Prime Ali, unanimous decision. Moody Trayweather said Joe Lewis was too slow footed. Sonny Boston Talk said he got Ali. Ali Dago said I got Ali stopping Lewis in 7 rounds. The greatest, baby. Mike Biggs Boxing said Ali. Boom by yeah. Napoleon Armstrong said Trey La La D about to bring Tony to the corner. What you mean, bro? And I say Ali, too fast, too much amazing movement. The great Lewis couldn't keep up. Ali's hands the fastest the heavyweight division has ever seen, and he had a great chin also, sometimes overlooked. And Mr. Doc said Ali, Joe couldn't find him. Darnell Kirkland said Ali. Mr. Doc said Joe Lewis specifically too slow with his pivots to keep up the movement. He'd be resetting all night. Okay. I
Yep.
guess that's the one fight I had that y'all felt like was a landslide, but at the same time, it's two of the greatest heavyweights in history, so it wasn't too bad putting them together. So all right, I was looking at some shit. One thing that I wanted to tell y'all about, because like we was looking at some of the rivalries and stuff like that. Some of these guys that were fighting a lot of times. So I wanted to find a couple of rivalries, and one of the greatest ones I saw was Ted Lewis versus Jack Britton. Them motherfuckers fought 20 times between 1915 and 1921, and Jack Britton was 9-7-4 in the rivalry. So they had a badass rivalry. And the original Black Murderers row, Sam Langford, Joe Jeanette, Sam McVeigh, and Harry Wills, they had a hell of a four-way rivalry. I know y'all remember that shit when they used to talk about Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, Thomas Hearns, and Marvin Hagler. Well, this was that rivalry 100 years ago, damn near. You know what I'm saying? So look,
Mm-hmm.
so in that original Black Murderers role, we already talked about Sam Langford and we talked about Joe Jeanette. So the next person I wanted to talk to y'all about was Harry Wills. And Harry Wills was 79-3, had 56 knockouts, and had a 64% knockout percentage. He was 6'2", 76-inch reach. He was orthodox. He was a heavyweight, and he was from New Orleans, Louisiana. His nickname was the Black Panther. That's a cool ass nickname, man, especially after the movie that we had. He fought from 1911 to 1932. Some historians consider him the most talented of the four-way rivalry that he had with Sam Langford, Joe Jeanette, Sam McVeigh. So some people say that he was the most talented out of all of them. You know what I'm saying? Um, Against that rivalry, he was 17-4-4 against Sam Langford, Joe Jeanette, and Sam McVeigh. Um, he went on a 14 fight win streak against these dudes. And when I say he went on a 14 fight win streak, he had a couple of draws mixed in, but he didn't have no losses. It was all wins. Sam Langford got the worst of it. He was 13-2-2 against Sam Langford, went on an 11 fight win streak. He won the colored heavyweight championship 3 times from Sam Langford. So that goes against what you was talking about. Who was that said that, Mr. Doc? Because when Harry Wills was beating Sam Langford, 3 of those times he beat Sam Langford for the colored heavyweight championship. So Sam Langford was still good enough to be a champion. You know what I'm saying? Many historians consider him the most egregious victim of the color line. So some historians say out of all the people that was fucked over by racism in boxing, Harry Wills might have been fucked over the most. You know what I'm saying? Jack Dempsey allegedly signed to fight him in 1925, but Midwestern boxing promoter Floyd Simmons rendered a check to Wills for his fee, but failed to produce even a down payment for Jack Dempsey's much larger fee, with fucked off the 1926 fight. So Jack Dempsey signed to fight this guy, but the damn promoter fucked the fight off because he didn't want to put the money up. So that's Harry Wills, you know what I'm saying? So then the next person was Sam McVeigh. He the last person of the four-way rivalry. Sam McVeigh was 75-13-10 with 61 knockouts. He had a 60% knockout percentage. He was 5'10" and a half, had a 75-inch reach. He was orthodox. He was a heavyweight from Wilder, Texas. Fought from 1902 to 1921. Fought a 49-round war with Joe Jeanette with doghouse rules. He fought Sam Langford 15 times, Joe Jeanette 5 times, Harry Wills 5 times, and Jack Johnson 3 times. He was a frequent challenger for the colored heavyweight title, but Sam Langford frequently stood in the way. On December the 31st, 1908 in Paris, Sam McVeigh competed in an MMA-style bout against jiu-jitsu expert Tano Matsuda and knocked his ass out in 10 seconds. Yeah, Sam McVeigh, you know what I'm saying? So that's the original Black Murderers role, y'all. We got Sam Langford, Joe Jeanette, Sam McVeigh, and Harry Wills, and they were some bad motherfuckers. All right, that's the end of it. So, like, that's the end of that, y'all. So I know y'all been waiting and stuff. So we about to go ahead and jump into the Ask Kurt Sugar real quick. Let me look back and see what y'all talking about in the chat. Hold on, Hops. Okay, Ali Dago said 20 times. God damn, yeah, they used to fight their ass out, man. Y'all D said Froch versus Darrell. Is that a question that you asking? Napoleon said take your time. Okay. Chris Rayner said okay. What he's talking about? I'm gonna lose my mind. He said take your time. Sis, tell him he the goat. I'm sending a lady to do a man job. I don't even know what y'all talking about, man.
Talking about
Scrapper said Harry.
Mind, bro. That shit blow your mind. This happened.
What'd you say?
I said they talk about something that'll blow your mind if this ever happened.
Oh, if James Tony came on the corner.
Oh hell yeah, you already caught on.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard somebody. I saw somebody say that James Tony was coming to the corner. Yeah, that'll be crazy, man. Yeah, Scrabble said Harry Wills was an unofficial heavyweight champion, no question. And then, all right, okay, Games PP said Felix Savon versus Luis Ortiz, Kurt Sugar.
Well, that's a good fight, but Felix Savon never turned pro. But he was a very he was a great standout amateur, good Cuban fighter. I would still have to take Ortiz. I like Ortiz. Good fight though.
Okay, this the Ask Kurt Sugar segment, y'all. So whatever questions y'all got for Kurt Sugar, go ahead and spit them out. Baby Boys 75 Sports TV say good info. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, y'all D say 10 seconds. Scrapbook said Kurt Sugar question, bro. Who wins the fight between Sam McVeigh and Evander Real Deal Holyfield? He said he got Sam McVeigh.
Me too, man. I got too much respect for the original Black Murderers Raw. I can't go against them. Sam McVeigh.
Okay, got Sam McVeigh. Y'all keep them coming, man. I should have wrote down the question that y'all was asking. I think Lala D had one. She said, who are the top 5 counter punchers in the game today? And my bad if I fucked your question up, Lala. It's just off the top of my head.
Oh man, top 5. I had to get back, Lala, but I really like Canelo as a counter puncher, but I have to think of really hard about the other 4. But that's a good question. I'll definitely get back to you on that.
Okay, Teddy Blotter-Wood said, can any current day welterweight beat Sugar Ray Leonard?
No, hell no. Not even close.
Hell no.
Lala D, I beat you to it already. Hey, I smoke gas, but my memory ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? Okay. What's up? Y'all got any more? Shit, it's almost midnight. I'm talking to Mr. Doc. Y'all know I'm getting old. My back's starting to tighten up with this motherfucker. Sonny Boston talks say Sean Porter versus Prime Shane Mosley. Man.
Shane Mosley hit too hard, too fast.
Okay. Well, shit, you heard it. You got Sugar Shane Mosley. Well, if y'all really ain't got no questions, man, we go ahead and shut it down and shit, because I do got to get up in the morning. And plus, I want my man Kurt Sugar to get some rest because he on the East Coast. It's already 1 o'clock in the morning. So we'll do a couple of more, man, and we'll go ahead and shut it down. Y'all, D said Paul Williams versus Antonio Margarito. Who you got, Kurt?
Well, Paul Williams, they fought. Paul Williams won.
Yeah.
So I had to take Paul Williams.
Okay. Mr. Dot say Kurt Sugar, your thoughts on Jimmy Young, one of the terribly underrated in his opinion.
Crafty fighter, slick fighter, beat George Foreman, gave Ali a tough time. The only thing I ain't like, he used to stick his head out the ring. The Philadelphia Smarts.
Okay, Mike B say Kurt Sugar, who in the Black Murderers row can give Errol Spence Jr. some competition? Now let me intercept that real quick because because Charlie Bradley, he fought at welterweight a lot, and plus Coco Kid fought at welterweight, and both of them will probably give Errol Spence Jr. some problems. Coco Kid didn't really have the power, but Charlie Bradley did. So Charlie Burley would probably be favored over Earl Spence. What you think, Kurt?
I will have to take Charlie Burley because it's unfair to Errol Spence. His career is not finished, so we could judge him a lot better. If he fights Mikey Garcia and Bud Crawford, we can judge him better. But Earl still has a ways to go.
Okay. Lala D said thanks already. You know I pay attention. I'll say question for Kurt Sugar. Prime Thomas Hearns beats Prime Floyd. Oh yeah, I got you on that one. At 147, the fighters that he feels would beat Mayweather were Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Thomas the Hitman Hearns. So he taking him over Floyd. Napoleon said it's almost 1 a.m. here. All right, he gone. Hey, we ain't too far behind you, bro. Appreciate you for stopping by. Mark Wonderlick said, the Bears. Kid Me said, Kurt, what's the best fight you ever been to in person?
That would be Ray Boom Boom Mancini versus Orlando Romero at Madison Square Garden. Man, it was one of the best fights ever. Go look at that fight. It ended in a terrific knockout. Mancini knocked out Romero. Romero was an unheralded fighter from Peru. And after the fight, Italians versus the Peruvians outside in Manhattan, Madison Square Garden. Sticks and bottles were flying everywhere.
Okay. Uh, I don't went too far. Okay, Lala D said, no, we have questions. Okay. Tom Baker said, Kurt Sugar, ass or titties.
Hey,
Okay. I'll say Kurt Sugar. Leonard versus Floyd. He got Sugar Ray Leonard, man. At 147, he is not, bro. He taking Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, and Hitman Hearns over Floyd. You know what I'm saying? La D said, okay, tomorrow. Scrapbook said, I would say Marquez, Floyd, Mayweather Jr., Canelo Alvarez, or at least three best counterpunchers of this time, for sure. La D said on Thursday. Tom Bankers laughing. Marshall Simmons say, Tregs, Marlo, Kurt Sugar, thanks. Doing it well. When
peace.
do you want the 1,000? Hold on. When did you want the 1,000 subs for? Shit. Hell, I thought everybody. I don't know what you asking, bro. Scrapbook said Shane Mosley dropped Sean Porter in sparring. Then
Mm.
Ryder said, I play y'all trailer with my name in it. People don't believe I'm a boxing trivia champion. Thanks for the shout out already, bro. And
So,
that's gonna be a trivia question in itself. I ain't gonna say the question right now because I don't want to get it out there. But I was thinking when we do the next trivia competition, we gonna the next tournament, we gonna have regular trivia questions, but we also gonna have trivia questions based on Marlowe's corner that's gonna be worth even more points. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I'll give y'all an example. Like I ain't gonna say it no man. I'm just gonna save it for the tournament. Y'all will see. But it'll be shit that you'll be able to answer, you know what I'm saying? Sonny Boston say shit. Hear me say Kurt True text him that. And Mr. Dot said Vladimir Klitschko versus Ernie Shavers, Kurt.
I'll take Klitschko because Ernie Shavers can punch. He would have to catch Klitschko about 3 or 4 rounds because Ernie Shavers gasses out very easy. So I would have to take Klitschko.
Okay, Lala D said Kurt Sugar, which loss made you cry the most?
Oh man, that had to be Ali and Holmes.
Okay. Gaines PP said Andre Ward versus Joe Calzaghe.
I like Ward. Boxing IQ. Too smart.
That's OG.
Darnell Kirkland said Mikey Garcia versus Tank. Right now, who wins?
I like Garcia because even though Tank is talented, something worries me about Tank, man. His something slow about him mentally, man, that I don't like. I hope I'm wrong.
Chris Rayner said, Kurt, are there any fighters that weren't great, but you always picked them and were biased towards them, like, in favor of them?
That's a good question. I was emotionally tied up into them. I don't know how to come back to that. Damn, that's a good question.
Okay, Scrapbook says, salute family signing off. Great conversation as always. Looking forward to the next one. Already, bro. Appreciate you for coming through. And Mike Big said, thanks, God. Yeah, y'all also subscribe to each other, man. The people that's still off in here, throw your shout up in the chat. Marshall Simmons say, Trey, subscribe. Yeah, we trying to get to them 1,000 subscribers, man, for sure, man. So we appreciate everybody that subscribed to us, everybody that's been spreading the word, getting other people to subscribe, their family members and friends and all that shit. All of that shit is much appreciated for sure.
Right.
Sonny Boston Talk say James Buster Douglas versus Hakeem Rodman.
James Buster Douglas in shape.
Okay. House said, question for Kurt Sugar. Can you name a few fighters past or present you personally feel have been overrated?
Oscar De La Hoya is one. He fought everybody, but he lost a lot of his big fights. Uh, Vladimir Klitschko, I thought was overrated. Uh, I can't name a couple of it off the top of my head, but them two stand out.
Okay. Let me see. Gaines PP says Vin Aki versus David Benavidez.
David Benavidez.
Teddy Bradley Woods at Tank is short but style, but their speed and power will frustrate anybody 135 and under. Then the gangster Reverend, my boy Shank said, Kurt, what's your thoughts on Roy Jones' career?
He fought too long, and I think his arrogance played a part of him getting a lot of losses. You know, the guy went from junior middleweight to heavyweight and then dropped back down. Remember, light heavyweight is 25-pound discrepancy, and he couldn't take the punches anymore. But Roy Jones, man, is a once in a lifetime fighter. I remember him in his prime, brilliant.
Okay, Rod, they say y'all coming on tomorrow. Nope, we don't come on Wednesdays no more out of respect for the Smoke City Mobcast. You know what I'm saying? But we'll probably be back on either Thursday or Friday. But we were talking about this that Billy Deal fight versus Tevin Farmer, ain't it? He fights on
Yes.
Friday, and they fight in Australia at 5 o'clock in the morning. And me and Marlo talking about getting up and covering that shit. We don't give a fuck. I'm talking about not going to work. Marlo said he'll get up. We covering the motherfucking fight 5 o'clock in the morning on Friday. So y'all, if y'all up, come through fuck with us if y'all ain't got nothing to do. Otherwise, we'll be chopping it up with the people from the down under. But goddamn, we gonna be on that shit for sure. Uh Moody Trayweather talking about Buster Douglas. I think Mike B's Boxing said, please subscribe to Mike B's Boxing. I do live streams and vids for you. Peace already. Napoleon Armstrong said Samuel Peter versus Ike Abiabuchi.
Oh, Abiabuchi murders Peters.
That's a good person for me to put in the fantasy matchup too, man. I was thinking about that too. I'm glad you put that name out there to remind me. Kid Miss said Tommy Morrison versus Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua.
Okay, Bay Boy 75 Sports TV say please subscribe. Y'all subscribe to everybody making content that's throwing their shot up in the chat. If you still ain't done so, throw your shot up in the chat, man, so people can subscribe. Kid Miss say subscribe to the kid. I sub to all my cousins. Yeah, we family. And then Tom Banks said y'all subscribe to my boy Bay Boy 75 Sports Talk for sure. Throw your own shot up for your own self. He can throw his shot up for himself, and you throw your shot up for yourself, nigga. I just told everybody throw their shot up for their channel. So you ain't got to do all that. Tell people to subscribe to Tone Bangers. You know what I'm saying? Marshall, okay, the gangster rapper said, dig that. I felt he tripped out too. Yeah, talking about Roy. Mr. Dot said, awesome stream. Definitely going to be back for future ones. Great channel. Appreciate that, bro. Teddy Wood said, yeah, I always thought Vitaly was better than Vlad. But do you think any current heavyweights can beat Vitaly Klitschko?
Yeah, Wilder.
Okay, Darnell Kirkland said 5 Eastern time or out west. Oh, 5 o'clock Central. So on the east it's gonna be 6 o'clock, and where Marlo at is gonna be 3 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Teddy Bradley Wood said, y'all some crackheads for waking up. Yeah. I might need to go get some crack from some goddamn where so I can get up. I said that Kurt Sugar, Marlo, or TRAE. How good would Devin Haney be? Well, Devin Haney is very talented. He's been put in very soft so far. He got 19 fights, and his opponent's got like a 52% win percentage. That's very low for 19 fights, fighting all the motherfuckers in Mexico and shit. But he's very talented, got good speed. Power really isn't there. That's what I've been seeing as a common theme with a lot of the up and coming prospects. They don't really seem to have the power. But the one thing that I don't like about him is his lack of body work. His last fight against that Mason Menard guy, he was hitting this dude with all kind of shots, but he didn't hit him with anything to deter him from coming at him. And plus, he pretty much abandoned the body work altogether. So I think he has the potential to be a good fighter, but he got some shit that he's gonna have to tighten up and sharpen up.
Hey, bro.
I,
I want to say this to everybody that's in here before they leave. Hey, everybody that's making content, man, put your If y'all want me to do a shout out, this bro idea, so I'm about to shout him out. Put y'all names in my last video chat, my last video comment. I mean, and I'm gonna make a video shouting everybody out and telling people to subscribe to y'all channel. Man. I'm gonna put some
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
boxing in the video and all that, and I'm gonna do it tonight. That's why I'm telling y'all to put the comments if y'all want to. You know what I'm saying? Bro want me to do that, I'm gonna do that for y'all. This what it is, family, man. We gonna shout each other out, make sure we all grow together. So I'm gonna make a
Yep,
video
yep.
that's making content. My last video, put it in the comment section, and I'll put y'all in the video. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want me to make no video with y'all in it, don't have to comment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lala D said that Kurt Sugar name two fighters are still going, but you think they should have been them retired.
Mm,
Okay, we're gonna let you think on that, brother. Gangster Reverend said y'all stay blessed with it. Appreciate it. Tom Banger said Tommy Morrison. Kid Mid Tommy Morrison. Tom Banger said y'all come listen to these player ass beats he got over there. He dropping that flame over there. So y'all go subscribe to the homie Tom Bangers.
Hey,
Tony
Tom,
McCray.
well,
shoot me a beat so I can put it in the video tonight, man.
well, I don't know if we got a fight schedule. It should be Shannon Briggs and definitely Frederick Kendall, and he ranked high. I don't understand that. Both of them niggas been should have retired.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Oh shit! I was thinking about a youngster that needs to retire. The Antoine Douglas kid, the one that got the brakes beat off of him by
Oh
Chris
man.
Cisse. He needs to
Oh
go sit
man.
down somewhere because his reflexes and shit are already gone. He can't get out the way of a right hand, and he gonna get himself hurt. So I
Yep.
know he's still young, but I want to see him sit down, and I want to see Brandon Rio sit down too, because his speech already was messed up, but it sounds terrible now. He acting punch drunk and shit, but he talking punch drunk for sure. So I wish he go sit down too, man. I know they
Yep.
still young, fairly young, but go sit down somewhere.
I got
What's Julian Jackson weight? He fought at 160. What'd you say, Marlo?
P Money said throw him in there. I got you, P Money. That's why I said everybody that want put your name in the last video comment section. I'm gonna do it tonight, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it.
Oh yeah, man. We dance all about fostering a family environment on the corner, man. We all in this shit together, so we in the trenches. La La D laughing. Napoleon said, "Can Lennox make a comeback today and reach top five? Hell no, too old,
No.
man." Sonny Boston talk laughing. Kid Me said, "I'll be up. Fuck it, yeah. We gonna have something rolled up. Goddamn, we gonna get it in. I'm gonna have me a sativa to wake my ass up, and we going to work."
Hey, bro.
Taylor Brother Woods.
Hey, how many days ago you said it was a Sunday or Monday or something? You told me this shit Saturday
What?
about
What
the
about
Billy,
that? About the
about
what?
Billy Diaz fight on Friday. He
Yeah,
like,
motherfucker been thinking about that shit. I didn't know it was that early, but shit, when I saw that shit, I said, fuck it, man, we on it.
we on that motherfucker heavy.
Yeah. Teddy Brother Wood said, ain't Lennox Lewis 55? He should be something like that. The Gangster Reverend, he said subscribe to his iHeart Radio channel. He got 24/7 hip hop and R&B. Shit, if you gonna listen to the radio and listen to all them motherfuckers, you might well listen to your family. My boy Gangster Reverend on the iHeart Radio, y'all support my boy. Then Hop say good answer on Devin Haney, very thorough. Thanks already, bro. What'd you say?
Oh, Gangster Reverend would ask. He said, "Where at Marlo?" In my last video, just go to my page. In my last video, which video was that? I put up something today. I forgot, but I'm just saying the reason why I say my last video, so I know, you know what I'm saying. I always answer the comments. The ones that's not answered, them gonna be all the ones I'm gonna put in the video that want to be in the video.
Look at these niggas. Look at these niggas. Hold up. Tone Banger, that's what's up, Marlo. Moody Trayweather. Okay, appreciate that, Marlo. What that nigga say? He said this was my idea.
Yeah,
God damn it.
I,
This wasn't no Marlo idea. This was Trey X idea. God damn me.
hey, we
Who the
all
one that been telling y'all to? Who the one that's been telling y'all to throw y'all a shot up in the chat?
right.
Trey X. God damn me.
We always in
I'm just fucking with y'all.
the background, and we always plotting for y'all, trying to make it better. And I wanted to give props because I thought that was a brilliant idea because that's what we do. We family, you know what I'm saying? So what more to show, you know what I'm saying? Show everybody how we get down on the corner. Shout out everybody that make content, everybody that want to be shouted out, put it in that last video, and I'm gonna make it tonight. And I swear it'll be up in the morning.
Okay. Kid Me say true, Marlo. Napoleon Armstrong said Lennox old, but these jokers don't want none. Foreman 70 may still walk white into some shit. Yeah. Sonny Boston talk say indeed. Moody Trayweller, Pac-Man, and Jones. Which one you talking about? Junior Jones? Bay Boy 75 say thanks, Marlo. And P Money said throw him in there too. Kid Mid said both need to retire. And then hold on, Lala D laughing. Teddy Blotter Wood said Fred Zaquindo is effectively retired and Douglas is as well. Brandon Rio sound crazy. It's scary to hear him talk, man. I like Rios. Chris Rayner said TRAE, Kurt, Sugar, Marlo, salute fam. Y'all stay easy. God bless. We'll get with you, bro.
Peace, bro.
Then Little 95 say subscribe to FOG Boxing Talk Plus. Salute to Little 95, man. He the one that put together that player ass intro to our videos and shit, man. So salute to Little 95, man. We appreciate that.
Salute.
La D said forgot about Rios. What'd you say, brother?
No, I was talking about Lil 95. I said salute, definitely, fam. You know we talking. That's my man. My guy right there.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, Lil 95 say subscribe to FOG Boxing Talk. All right, Lala D said forgot about Rios. I agree. I said I didn't know Brandon Rios now sounds punch drunk. He always sounded kind of punch drunk, kind of like James Toney always sounded bad when he talked. But you know, it just got real bad to where you just notice it more than you used to. Kid Mid say Julian Jackson versus Roy Jones. Kurt Sugar.
That's an easy one. Roy Jones, easy.
Okay, Rod. They say Zab needs to They say Zab needs to retire. The gangster Reverend say bet. Marshall Simmons and shit. I was just getting by covering your shit. You trying to kill me off? Shit. 5 a.m. for you. You ain't gotta get up, bro. Stay asleep, man. But hey, it ain't gonna be that early for you though, bro. It's gonna be like 11 for you. Baby boy over there laughing and shit. Moody Trayweller laughing. Marshall Simmons say Marlo has to build it up. King Hebrew, what's up with it, man? Kid Mid say both are the boxer. You talking about Francois Botha? Who'd you have him fighting? I don't even remember. Type it again, bro. My bad. Ali Dago said Raven. Kurt Eric Monroe, what's up with you, bro? What's going down? Marshall Simmons said 5 a.m. for you is 11 p.m. for him. Nah, it's 11 a.m. for you. Ain't you in the UK? Y'all 6 hours ahead of us. Tom Banker said, I did a remake by SOS Band, but I haven't uploaded it due to fear of copyright infringement. Okay. Rod, they say, good night, people. We ain't too far behind you, bro. I promise you. Lil 95 said, I ain't know Zab was still fighting. Damn, yup, he still fight, bro. Napoleon Armstrong said, I'm going for real, y'all. Tom Bangers made me come back talking about titties and ass. Peace. Yeah, we get with you, bro.
Peace, man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is a good time to go ahead and shut it down now. What you say, bro?
No, I was telling him peace, good night.
Yeah. So yeah, man. If y'all ain't got nothing else to add, man, we'll go ahead and shut it down, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody coming through, chopping it up with us, kicking it with us on the little fantasy matchups and shit. We still learning, and we ain't forgot about the trivia either. And a lot of that shit that we had on the stuff today is gonna be on the trivia, and it's gonna be on the tournament because we are determined to learn this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate everybody that donate to the channel, go through to the order the shirts and stuff. You know what I'm saying? If y'all got something y'all want to say to us, just drop it down up in the chat, man. The motherfucker always gonna come back and get with you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's making content. We all trying to be a family, support each other, and shit, just grow together. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully Marlo had that video for that little free promotion type thing for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And shit, much love to everybody. And I'm gonna read the last little chat before we get up out of here too. Go ahead, Kurt.
Oh, well, thanks everybody. You know, it's been a great show. You know, TRAE and Marlo, they work extra hard on these questions, man. The matchups and everything is a lot of work. Once again, another banging show, and we look forward to future shows. We got a big boxer weekend, so I'll see y'all Thursday.
Yes, sir. Let me read the last little comments before we go. Okay, Marshall Simmons said, TRAE, you're right. It's 7 hours. Peace. Marlo's got to build it up. And Sonny Boston Talk say SOG versus Roy Jones. I think they're going to take Roy Jones because of the athleticism. Tom Bringer said, peace of y'all upstanding brothers already, brother. And Marshall Simmons say, TRAE, Lil 95 say, until the next one, fam, bam, hashtag get the fuck out my gym. Mark Blake, where you been at, boy? I ain't know you was in the background just chilling.
Mark.
Sonny Boxing Talk say peace and love, everyone. Lala D, chow, everyone. Yep. That's the glue girl right there, man. She hold it all together. I'll
Right.
say just want to say thank you, Trey, Marlo, and Kurt Sugar. Moody Trey want to say peace, brothers. Lala D say when is the tournament. We still working on the little details and shit. We really got to get something to get together for a prize. Kid Mid said he had some gift cards and shit. So we gonna get all that shit together, man. It's gonna be soon though. Kid Mid said I ate the best chicken gizzards and liver today. I was in the backwoods in Georgia. Them hoes was fire. That's a country ass nigga right there. You go ahead, Marlo.
Hey, don't forget to leave y'all in the comments. But appreciate everybody for coming through with much love. And I'm about to leave it out of here. Sometimes you gotta build it up. Build it up. I still got it. Hey, good night, everybody. Much love. Don't forget to tell them haters and trolls. The fuck out my gym.
Peace.